Hello, YouTube viewers,
no.
and welcome to the Cursed Ones. I started the YouTube recording like a second after the Twitch recording, so there's lost content. You guys will never know what we said before we actually started the YouTube recording.
It's very important.
It was. And we
Cole's
were
wearing
not.
jorts.
Cole's wearing jorts. That's all. That's all we said.
I have jorts. I'm not wearing them though.
Why not?
Okay, I don't even know if you have legs.
That's real.
My legs have been
That's-
shown on camera multiple times.
But
Bold of you to assume I pay attention.
Damn.
it's Cole
I mean, fair.
Radicole leg reveal live stream.
So true.
I would be
Hello,
uncomfortable
everyone.
Every day's
wearing
leg
it
day.
now.
And welcome to Cursed One's Ride or Die, where we have one more player than typically seen before.
What the heck?
We have a guest star who has never been on Cursed Ones before. Trust me, they're a guest star, they're
No.
totally new.
Who even are you?
None of us know this person. Kiki has joined Ride or Die because Cece is going to be taking a little bit of a break off. So, in Sharpay's Kiki's Kiki VCC EE. That's all. Oh, hello everyone and welcome to the Cursed Ones. I've said it already, but I'm gonna say it again to recenter my brain. I almost said, hi everyone, welcome to Apex and Aberrations, but that is not what we're playing, and I'm not
Hello,
even the
everybody,
Dungeon
my name is-
Master. Hello everybody, and my name is Markiplier, and as always on Cursed Ones, Lissy Loops doesn't know how to talk correctly.
I think I made this joke last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do the question of the day, why don't we? And I think in honor of Kiki's character, I've thought up a funny little question, which is, I'm not sure, like, how aware you guys are of, like, monster stat blocks and what exactly they do, but, if you were to be a dragon, what type of dragon would you be? Obviously, there's stuff like the colors or, like, the magical effects, but you can go, like, anywhere with this. You can even say, like, I am a frog dragon. I'm a frog
Dragon.
that has dragon wings. Or a crab dragon that has existed in D&D. If you can make
Dragon.
anything a dragon if you try hard enough, is basically what I'm getting at here. So yeah, if you were a dragon, what kind of dragon would you be? And starting us off today, as I pull up our fantasy ambiance, is Bonkus of the Conkus. Who are you, and what type of dragon would you be?
Hello, I'm Cece. I play Sharpay, and that's a good question.
Yeah?
I kind of vibe with fairy dragons, the little bitches.
Yes.
Those ones. I like those. They're
So
cute.
real. They are some of the coolest dragons out there, I would personally say. Let me turn down the music a little bit so it's a respectable audio. Perfect. Okay, so we got fairy dragons. Those are just little guys. I've never seen an ancient fairy dragon. I don't know if those exist, but they should.
They go up by like their age, like their color determines their age, and they go up to violet, and they don't get that much
Oh.
better when they're older, but like it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I actually haven't looked into fairy dragons as much as I thought I did, so that's some cool
Yeah,
D&D knowledge.
I was looking at stat block stuff like the other day for reasons. So there are no reasons. There are no reasons.
Intense mole play. Who are you? And if you were a dragon from D&D or dragons or anything like that, what dragon would you dragon?
Oh, well, dragon, my dragon. Hi, I'm Kiki. In this campaign, I play AG, but my normal character is Lily and Shellshock. But if I were a dragon, I was literally just looking at the wiki. I know you were joking about there being a frog dragon, but there's a turtle dragon.
There is
There's
dragon
a turtle
turtles.
dragon.
Yeah, dragon turtles are pretty iconic.
I'd be a dragon turtle. I think they're real cool. They look real
Yes.
silly.
Dragon turtles are
Silly guys.
scary.
Their first edition art is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's kind of funny art.
Yeah, dragon turtles are actually like some of the strongest monsters you can encounter in D&D. They're considered stronger than most of like the ancient dragon types, so don't mess with
So
turtles.
silly.
They're very silly.
No problem.
All right. Your name is Ryder the Spider. Truth. Who are you? What is the truth of what dragon you would be?
Hi, I'm Cole. I play Ryder, as shown by my name. As for what dragon I would be, I don't know. I see a list of dragons, but I having never have been a dragon myself, I never put any thought into this.
What kind of elemental breath weapon would you want?
See, if we're talking elements, I feel like I always associate like with water elements,
Okay.
but also, you know, it's a dragon. Usually they're fire.
It's funny that you say that
Oh.
because in like old Chinese mythology, dragons actually breathe water. So like going back to ancient dragon myths, water dragons are not very uncommon, but water dragons are actually real in D&D. There are elemental water dragons. There are, I believe, sea drakes is what they're called. But there's also like
That would make
leviathans.
sense.
Yeah, dragon turtles also have an underwater breath. So you and Kiki can just be turtle pals.
True. Sharpay's
That's just
dragon
like-
form. Her breath weapon is just bubbles. So.
Oh yeah, pink dragon that has bubble weapons.
Yeah.
So if we're talking water, if you want to be a water element, you could also be a turtle. You could be a pink dragon.
I mean, if you spit hard enough, that's like it's almost like a breath weapon.
So
What
true.
if you
But-
were just what if you were just like
A guy.
a blonde dragon?
Oh,
It's
you
real.
know what?
He's the gold dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just strongest
Like,
dragon.
This littlest pet shop I have.
Yes.
It has wings. It appears to be a
Wow.
walrus, and it's
Radical
also a
dragon
mermaid.
Sona real.
Wow.
Wow.
Delightful.
I love that little guy. Okay, she be dead in my zone. Rest in peace. Hi, I'm Dean, I'm the Dungeon Master. And if I were to be a dragon, I would be a Moonstone Dragon. I think they just recently got re-released into 5th edition, but they were a 2nd edition dragon that were basically either tricksters or protectors. They typically come like from the Feywild, from what I can tell, but they actually appear in people's dreams and give them different visions and speak to them. And they often like offer their guidance to fairies and like lunar affiliated creatures. They're very cool, very powerful, and they're very funny. Their designs are super cool. So yeah, I feel like I'm the type of dragon to just like appear in people's dreams and be like, here's a prophecy, and then leave. I think that's my vibe.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, the prophecy.
The prophecy.
No, not again.
Not the prophecy.
Not your prophecy.
Soul Eater, who are you, and what dragon would you be if you were dragon on Vine Boom sound effect?
Hold on,
Hi,
hold on,
I'm
hold on, I
Ro.
got it.
I play arrows. I'm Arrow. He's not. We're figuring that out together.
Yay!
So if I were a dragon, I would probably be like a snake that got a little too big for its britches. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just chilling here as a snake, and then I just wouldn't stop growing, and I'd be like, well, this is incredibly awkward.
Now I am a
So
dragon.
true. So true.
I really like that mental image. You're just like a massive snake, just like,
Yeah.
like, guess I'm a dragon.
Have you ever seen those specific kind of? I don't remember what kind of snakes they are, but they move in a very specific way, and the only way I can describe it is trundle.
She trundle on my grundle till
Till I hundle.
I hundle. I-
Trundling snake.
I do not
Could
know
you
what you are-
elaborate
I do not
on
know
how
what a
they
trundle
trundle?
implies. Is there
When
a
you see it,
color-
go, yeah, that's a trundle.
Is there a coloration to the snake?
Brown.
That is funny.
That does not narrow it down.
God, I'm googling.
I'm trying to picture what a trundle
trundling
is in my head right
snake.
now. I saw a video of a snake climbing a tree the other day. That was
Oh
kind of
yeah, those are.
trundle-like.
Have you guys seen those snakes that can climb trees and then they
Baboon
can just
snake?
glide?
That's fucked up how they move.
The one, hold on. Is anybody scared of snakes?
My mom is, but she's not here.
My dad is, but
Is
he's
it
not
that?
here.
We're
Is
free.
it that guy? Hold on, I can't, I need to.
Yeah, it's that guy.
What?
Oh!
How did you
Open the-
find the trundling snake? From just the description, a brown snake that trundles.
Me and Ika are connected on the brainstem.
Baboon?
Gaboon vipers?
Oh
Who
my
called them
fucking
that?
God.
Who
Open-
called them that?
Open the link and swipe to left, and that's how they move.
By Christ, it trundles.
Oh,
You
wait,
sure
that
did
is a
trundle.
trundle.
I'm
That is
telling
a
you.
trundle.
It looks like it moves like a caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it has the legs in there.
That's so fucked up. What is that? Gamers, for those watching right now, please look up a Gaboon Viper. Who fucking named them that silly shit?
That's
And it's
I mean,
venomous too, because its head is a triangle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why do they do that?
Don't don't get too close to the trundler. They'll
They are
trundle
just-
you.
They are just straight trundling. I can't
He looks like
believe
he has
this.
like 50 tiny men in him, and they're just like, you know, moving it along.
the Trojan
God.
snake.
What's the Ghibli movie where it's like they're all little tiny people living in walls? That's what that is. It's just like a big train,
Oh,
and they're just a
Arrietty.
bunch of little guys. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm looking at the comments.
This is
Scoochie,
beautiful.
scoochie, scoochie. That's what someone said.
So our team. So to basically sum up this question of the day, our team of dragons. If we were to be a giant crowd of dragons, the adventurers come into our dungeon, and what do they see? But a little fairy dragon hanging out. Possibly two dragon, or one dragon turtle, one walrus mermaid with wings.
Just like how you took that seriously.
Of course I did. I take everyone's question of the day answers very seriously. You'll be tested at the end of this campaign. No, you won't. There would also be
Things
just
change. My
a very
answers
cool
change, too.
a moonstone dragon who is like speaking to you inside your brain, and then there is just a trundling snake.
A big trundling
A
snake.
big trundling snake. Oh, this is
He moves like
beautiful.
an esophagus.
Yeah.
Ayo.
We cannot be saying this shit. On God. We can, but it's very fun.
Doubt that is the worst thing that's been said on this stream.
Oh, very true. But actually, yeah. You know what? Speaking of snakes, shout out to Crime. You guys were not there for that team Ride or Die, but Kiki was when Crime started the stream, started showing off her their snake, and went, "So this is its cloaca,"
I saw the clip.
and turned to reveal the snake's cloaca to the audience, live on stream.
Education.
Live from New York, it's Snicker Daylight Dive.
I'm Knuckles the Echidna. I am looking for the Chaos Emeralds. I have a singular
my
opening
God.
called a cloaca.
We're just saying words
You know
now.
what? Echidnas have like 8 shafts.
They do, but we'll get to that another day.
Okay, great.
Allow us to go into the session recap, because
Echidna.
we're 12 minutes in.
Uh,
And the
eight.
trundling has taken over. So basically, last session was pretty much a big interrogation with everyone's favorite character. Nod if you agree. Not seeing a lot of nodding. Roxanne Marlowe. Everyone,
Sorry, I got distracted by the echidna.
everyone's favorite character. I almost said echidna. Everyone's favorite echidna, Roxanne Marlowe. Basically, they got into a series of deals, and while Ryder very quickly basically removed himself from getting involved in any of that bullshit, she did unfortunately have too many stakes on the line that she could bring out for basically all of her requests to be ignored. So it took some deliberation and negotiation, but eventually the deals end up being sealed, and the most I will say for now, because Kiki, I don't want you to know some of this, is that they got Praveen off a hit list. They put, in turn, they decided to try and put Tiamos Fairwhistle onto the list instead. And they succeeded, which implies that somewhere in the Outlands, he may be alive. So, after the deals were concluded, and basically everyone packed up their stay and left the tiny hut that Eros had set up for negotiations, Roxanne tried one more time to try and perhaps make a deal with Ryder. She seemed very interested in getting some work done from him, specifically with his business Ride or Die. She was looking for perhaps a commission to be done to take care of some dead zones that were separating the sky of the Outlands in two. Ryder was very obviously suspicious as to her intentions and why she would want this done, so he politely declined her offer. But unfortunately, that
Politely.
rudely said fuck off, but not actually. And from there, they decided to be on their way, but not before Roxanne had a couple of parting gifts for them. That being a tiny sun for Eros to use at their leisure. Yep, they requested that. I saw your face, Kiki. So they requested a tiny sun and the suns, these little suns, by the way, that have popped up throughout this adventure, have been shown to be sentient and parts of the One Who Lies. So they requested one of those to join the party. And also, Roxanne gave them a Starspawn escort that would lead them to the edge of the island safely so that they would be able to continue on their adventure. And she told them, we likely won't be running into each other too much anymore, and our business will likely end here if they just continue on their quest to go save Gilly. Her final parting words there were basically along the lines of, you are not special, goodbye! And then she fucked off back to the sun, where she belongs, and from there, the party they took a second, they took 10. There were some discussions with Praveen about Tiamos being possibly alive, and the implications of that, and what that could mean for the future. She originally covered her eyes when the reveal was made for real, but she asked, and when they replied, she seemed devastated at the possibility that the person who has been hunting them down might actually be, as the theory indicates, Tiamos, her brother. She had an emotional hug with Eros, and then left for a few minutes, in which Sharpay congratulated Eros and told them, yeah, you should probably fuck Roxanne. Just for fun.
Oh.
For reasons, for tactical reasons,
for strategic,
not just
tactical
for fun.
reasons.
Oh. Oh.
And
Does
Eros,
this strategy involve becoming Arden's dad?
She doesn't have one at the moment.
and from there, the party set off, unsure of exactly where they're heading next. That was not yet discussed. But as they were safely escorted by this starspawn to the edge of the island, some reveals about this starspawn were made. For one, they don't seem to be made of worms like the other starspawn were. And secondly, they had on these gloves that Eros decided to seductively remove to reveal a kind of like purplish draconic claw. And by the time they reached the edge of the island, they were discussing on possible ideas of where to go next, and Praveen suggested that if they wanted to tackle a nearby dragon island that seemed to have a number of familiar dragons inside of it, that Sharpay at least recognized, Firecracker was there, Praveen said we would need one hell of a dragon expert. To which, in a dramatic reveal, the Starspawn tore off their cloak to reveal they were not affiliated with Roxanne. They're just a guy. Introducing AG. So, with that underway, that was about where we left off. So, are we ready to jump into session 10 of Cursed One's Ride or Die?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
we
guess
are.
so.
Ooh. I need to turn on the correct ambiance and then we'll get going. But I'm excited for AG. I like the mental idea of the Starspawn having followed, and like they do the reveal and they like telepathy say stuff, and Ryder is like, "What? You're a Starspawn? What do you mean?" Because he can't see the reveal.
Yeah.
God.
It's like something's happening,
people.
but I don't know what.
Something
Like a
happened.
whoosh.
We weren't
Whoosh of a
hurt.
cloak.
Something just happened.
Something just happened.
We weren't hurt since our last long rest, right? I think I just forgot to reset it.
Yeah, last long rest was after the bug incident. Yeah, that was after bug pits.
Oh, we rested after the big bug
I forgot
died?
to tell you. Yes, we did. So
Okay,
you are back
good
and full.
to
You
know.
haven't taken any damage
Yeah.
since. Yeah, I forgot to tell
okay.
you that.
Okay.
Apologies.
I
forgot to
wasn't that
reset it,
low, but
so I just
still.
wanted to make sure.
Wait, why
Okay.
am I? Wait, hold on. Why am I at 25 hit points?
Yeah, you tell me.
What would have given you 25 less hit points between now and then? Nothing. So you're at full. You're at full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Are
think
you
the
sure?
only thing
Okay.
with you, Eros, would be that like because you greater restoration to me and yourself. So
Yes,
those spell
I
slots are
remember
Yeah.
gone.
So those spell slots.
But
are
everything
gone.
else, I don't think we took any
I do
damage.
have to ask for you know how we like drank the bug juice, got extra buffs to our stuff, or is that removed?
That is removed after the greater restoration. So make sure you
Great.
guys
Get rid of
remove
that
those
one.
from your stats. But yes, that I believe is all the housekeeping out of the way, and I've pulled up the ambiance. Are we ready to get going?
Yes.
Perfect. At the edge of a locust-filled swarm, at the end of a deal of unknown consequence, now lies the question of how. How to cross a sea without a boat. How to brave the weather without an umbrella. The pocket-sized sun hums with anticipation for your upcoming decisions as it illuminates a path for you to see the reflection of its larger counterpart up in the sky. This sun, you realize now, the one above, that is, not the one that you've been given, has been rippling through what seems like, at first, to be twisting sunbeams. are perhaps mirages upon the skyline. But the sea has made itself real to you. Roxanne wasn't lying. That's one hell of a barrier to cross. One hell of a cliff to climb. Dead zones the size of bugs float out from the storm of pulsating locusts and join the sea like raindrops, falling up to the sky from the ground. The Dead Sea, it is, saline and dry. Just one dead zone may look like a slight warp in reality, but this amount splitting the sky. It's liminal. It's cursed. It casts artificial brightness. It's the sky through blinded eyes, a sky that has been described in endless colors and shapes, an upside-down desert. This, of course, brings the question as it casts a hazy reflection onto the world beneath it, as it ebbs and flows and crashes against itself. How do you cross it? Can you cross it? What's the plan? And who is that? You guys may begin.
Okay, so we're trying to get across the line of dead zones to the Dragon Island?
No, the Dragon Island is under the line of dead zones, but past, basically, you guys did that locate object thing on Gilly, or locate creature, and basically, in that radius you did, she could only be above that sea of dead zones.
Okay, I should probably knock off a spell slot for locate object then.
Yeah, you did do that. Or locate creature, or locate object, something like that.
I don't have locate creature, that's a higher level.
Let's locate object then.
So she was finally in range.
No, it was at the, it was the same check that revealed she was out of range. And basically just, like, with how close these islands are to one another, by the way, for Kiki's sake, the Outlands are split into a bunch of islands right now, but with how close the 3 islands on this, I suppose, lower part of, the Outlands, that being underneath the sea, she would have to be either back down at Penumbra, which you know likely she is not, or up.
I mean, she could just be... The horizon is infinite, guys. We don't have to cross this.
It was implied that
Yeah.
she's there, though.
Okay, that's a good place to start, but, what's your deal? Who are you? You were Star Spawn a second ago. What? Who?
No, I was not.
This voice, is telepathically projecting.
I have never been, nor will I ever be, a star spawn. I need to get down to the Dragon Island. You were headed. I was following you a little bit.
For how long?
Well, I was a star spawn and then she assigned me to you. But
So where are your worms?
I'm not a star spawn. I was hiding as a star spawn.
Ah,
That's
why?
clever, but also unwise, considering
I
their
did not
entire
want to
thing
be-
is
well,
seeing.
I didn't want to be a bug. Those are kind of not dragons.
Were you
I mean,
part
I'm
of
sure
the
the
Bug
rest-
group?
Yes, the Survivors Guild. I was a part of them.
Oh.
And then, they turned into bugs.
Oh.
and I didn't- I avoided that.
I'm
mostly
so
because-
sorry.
Well, it was because I was doing other things, like watching dragons, and then the dragons disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Ness disappeared. It got a little hazy, but then next thing I knew, everyone was bugs, and I was not bugs.
You take what you can get.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. On that note, do we still have the bugs, or do we give them to Roxanne?
No, they are currently inside the bag of holding still.
Okay. Yeah, we have them. We were just working on negotiating a way to get them some new bodies. So
Yeah, she said she's gonna deliver them at some point, so
unclear exactly what it's going to be, but we're working
It's a
on
rain
that.
of men,
I'm
I
really
assume.
sorry that you had to go through that.
hallelujah.
What's your
Oh, it
name,
was-
by the way?
Eiji. Eiji. My last name is Kotim. I am a dragon researcher. Originally, I was working in Sunder with Dragonborns, but I heard of dragons in this place called the Outlands, so I decided to find my way here.
I see. Makes sense. Well, nice to meet you. I'm Sharpay. It would be
I
really
feel
great.
like,
Yeah.
no. Somebody from the guild mentioned I was not there when you visited.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've visited them before. That's she points to Firecracker like that's my bitch. That's I rode
Oh,
that
that
dragon.
your dragon.
Well, I mean, not I don't own the dragon, but I rode her once, and I would like for her to get out of there. We should
Who
probably
is
go.
the rest of your group? For the
Uh,
assistance of the blind one, uh, I will not be speaking only in sign language. I would normally speak in sign language, but as he cannot see,
I
I will
see.
do this.
Appreciated.
would Ryder have been able to? He probably would have been able to tell that the voice is in his head.
Yes, you would be able to tell.
Yeah, we've done enough telepathy
Yeah.
group chat at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but I get it.
I find it useless to speak with my mouth when I can just do it with my brain. That's how a lot of dragons
True.
do it. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't talked to a lot of them, so
Oh, well, you should really do that one of these days.
Now is a great opportunity.
It depends on what exactly our plan is.
Yeah.
As obviously there's still Gilly in the question.
Who is?
She
Y'all
like
gotta
looks...
introduce yourselves. We didn't even do that.
Right, sorry. I suppose we should get you caught up if, you've been following us and you kind of appear at a really good time where we might want allies on our side.
I
Interesting.
just need to get to the Dragon Island, and you were going to the Dragon Island, so I kind of just,
It wasn't fully planned out, but it might be a good stop. I don't know. Sorry for being suspicious. I just... Star-spun outfit and then suddenly perfect person we might want for this journey. Anyways, Praveen Fairwhistle, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I don't know if I actually said my name, but I'm Ryder.
Yep, that's Ryder. She points and backs him up.
Arrow Schrodinger, charmed.
Ah, you are the one who took my glove.
Yeah, would you like it back? I thought I'd offer, but...
I don't
have one?
normally wear gloves, but
Oh, you don't?
no, I have these, and they hold up their hand, and it's like the purple draconic claws, and I have these.
Hmm.
Ooh, fancy.
So,
They work better.
out of character, how far is up?
How far is up?
Yeah, how far is up?
Up to the sea. The sea is about 500 feet up. But the other island is... the other island, that being the Dragon Island that you can see within your sight right now, is also 500 feet away. So it's either 500 feet up or like 500 feet forward.
Okay. So... we can dimension door both ways. Well,
I also have that.
okay,
Oh,
great.
nice.
Oh, that's very
Good.
good.
That's
I
Uh,
awesome.
should say, I will offer my assist so long as you help me get to Dragon Island at some point. That is an important part of this.
You could just dimension door.
No, I mean I will assist you, but I cannot go and free the dragons by myself. That's a lot of wyvern.
I see.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Praveen nudges Ryder and goes, for your context, your Dragon Island that we're talking about looks like a cage, kind of made of stone. There's a bunch of dragons stuffed in that place and a lot of wyverns governing it, I suppose.
Okay.
Wyverns are quite interesting creatures, as they're of the same intelligence as dragons, but significantly more aggressive. I find it very difficult to have conversations with them.
Yeah,
You see
like,
Arrows
very
pull out his, like,
mean.
a little, songbook and just start flipping through it.
yeah, they tend to be assholes. We're kind of looking for one right now, but that's beside the point.
You're looking
then-
for a wyvern? You know a wyvern.
It's a long story.
Okay.
Person with a curse that had her turned into a wyvern.
Oh, cursed oh, okay, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, wyverns are aggressive, yes, but they are in my line of expertise.
Yeah. Looking
it-
over at the island, is that like severely more than we can deal with at this moment in our short days with Indian? Is there something I could roll for that?
Ooh, what do I want you to roll for that? You can roll me investigation, I guess, to like reveal the threat level.
Mm-hmm.
Reveal
that
challenge
is-
rating now.
True.
CR rating.
26.
26?
Fuck.
How do I want to reveal this to you?
Whatever you want to tell me, Nan.
There is a large amount of anger coming from that location. It is a lot of dragons. That's about what I can give, but none of them look ancient, if that means anything.
Okay.
I have a spell that can turn rock to mud. I don't think it'll work very widespread, but it'd be a start for getting those cages down. Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Guess it would be nice to have some dragons to, help us get around. But that's a lot of them.
Could someone explain what the situation is like up there?
Good
Oh,
for you
does
to
it look
mention
like?
that.
Yeah. Dead zones. A lot of them.
It is,
Ooh.
I guess to describe it, there is just a split in the sky. All
You
of
ever,
it's a
like-
dead zone.
Are you ever like sewing something up and then you just pull it too taut and it just kind of like ruins the fabric?
I don't know if Ryder
No.
sews.
Okay. Well, I don't have a lot of analogies.
That was a pretty good analogy. I like
Yeah,
it.
thanks.
It's like a dragon cut through the sky.
Yeah.
But it's
You know,
not an
just-
it
actual
really
dragon.
is.
Not an actual dragon.
It's just a bunch of little
Not that
dead
we
zone
know of.
bubbles.
Considering we've been traveling with the blind man for this long, it's very shocking that we haven't, like, figured out how to properly describe things.
I gave it a go. He doesn't sew. How do you just like leave tears in your clothing?
It probably goes to a tailor.
Who has time for? Okay, I guess.
Basically, to describe that, in the Outlands, stuff is built tough. It's mostly leather.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
That's one of those character things where I'm like, oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I've just been look. I like my flashy clothing. You gotta pick up some stuff to make sure it.
If Ryder turns
maintains.
around, there's just like a perfect hole, like where his ass is, that is ripped over the years. Oh god. Not real.
No.
No.
Yeah. Sewing string pulled too taut. Big dead zone in the sky. Bunch of dead zones.
Yeah.
Just dead zones all over.
What about a piece of paper? You ever just like tear one of? You ever tear a piece of paper?
Stop
You ever needed to
with-
tear a piece of
okay.
paper?
Eros, my friend, you
You
need to
said
stop
split.
with the analogies.
I
He's
can
trying
understand
his
split.
best.
Great.
Split works.
Yeah.
Split work.
Big split.
Is it? What is the wyvern girl? Is she like trapped somewhere, or is this just like what is going on?
The-
To
she
our
was
knowledge,
taken.
yes. Yeah.
Taken? Oh, you come into the dead zone to do research on things like this, and then all of a sudden, left and right, they're all taken out of their places. It's a mess.
It is a mess.
Yeah.
To the Outlands, not the dead zone. I don't walk into dead zones
Too good for
That's
that.
smart. That's smart.
unless they're a dragon. No,
Sometimes they're
Real.
I wouldn't have any idea if there were dragons in dead zones. I don't just go make a habit out of jumping into every Terran reality I see. Sometimes. So,
smart.
Do you want to? Because I have dimension door. The cat has dimension door. Do we want to go up or do we want to go over?
It's really the question.
Yeah.
'Cause it would be really nice, and I don't know if we'll have a better moment to try to help them than now. But oh boy.
I mean, I
But-
suppose we can't really fly into the sky ourselves.
I mean, we could dimension door up.
I have.
We could.
Yeah. Well, that's also begging the question: is there flat land above us?
Yeah, we might.
I look
fall.
back up.
I mean, it might just bring us into a dead zone, right? Usually those have
Yes.
flat ground.
There's also, because we never really got. There's also like if how much longer Gilly is gonna be fine, but like. No, that thing would want her alive, I think.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the thing hunting us. Should probably fill them in on that.
Yeah.
You are
oh,
being
yeah.
hunted?
Yeah.
Not all of us. One of us. Just one. Kinda
Sure, babe. Like,
main target.
at Ryder.
What did he do? You shoot somebody with those guns?
People who deserved it, I guess.
Yes, but you know what I mean by the question.
I don't actually really know.
This is telepathy,
Okay.
so it doesn't work. But Sharpay tries to do like a subtle, like kind of like whisper to AG, just like, it's a long story. He had a difficult childhood and he murdered someone. He was a baby. And the person he murdered was trying to come back and kill him.
Oh wait, what? Okay, hold on. Wait a second. So you
Maybe.
murdered
That's a
someone,
theory.
but then they come
Do
back
I hear
and try
this
to
as
kill
well?
you.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
'cause
you
it's
do.
telepathy.
So we don't
I-
we
Okay.
don't know for sure if Tiamos
don't.
is
We don't.
him, but we at least know that he's alive. But frankly,
But I'm trying to get
Also-
over the fact that you killed somebody and they come back to life to kill you.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
No, not normally.
Why is
No, no,
this
no,
being
no.
put on me? I was, I don't know how, I don't know,
It's not your
months
fault.
old?
It's not your fault. I did not say that.
I mean, I suppose you just said I murdered someone when I was a baby.
It's mad at you for when you were a baby, but obviously you were a baby.
yeah, that's
I don't know.
quite,
Imagine having.
it's quite frankly not Ryder's fault.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
guess yes.
Wants to kill Ryder anyway.
You know, it's hatchlings like to eat things, bite things, whatever. But you never blame hatchlings. You blame, other things. Not your
True.
fault.
True.
unfortunately, whether it is the baby killing incident, not that he killed a baby, he was a baby. And
He was
Yeah,
the baby
yeah.
who killed. Yes.
Yeah.
here's the thing: it wasn't like, okay, I was there. I'm his mom,
Okay.
biologically. Not really in.
Oh.
It's long story. Anyways, it wasn't that he popped out and then strangled Tiamos in front of me.
Babies can't do that.
Yes, it was just, like I said, she just like whispers to Ryder, how much do you want me to give away here about your whole like Outlands possible origin, like Dead Zone shit?
We could
To this
also
new
just like get a
person.
move on if you'd like.
I
I
mean,
don't know where we're going.
it was sort of broadcasted
Right.
what happened to me, so it's not really a secret at this point.
You know the guy named Genesis?
Yes, very bad guy. Yes.
Very much so.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I'm not going to make you.
I appreciate you. Long story short, I'm sure you'll learn more over the course of us helping you. I'm sorry. In a second, I kind of want to talk about what you bring to the table. Why you should
Yes.
like coming with us, why we should help you. Because I think that's fair in making like agreements to work with one another. We've gone through
That is
some
how
shit
agreements work.
collectively. So, anyways, to make a long story short, it was a complicated birth. She like grits her teeth as she says this. And something about it, it was 'cause of Genesis. Just caused shit to go haywire. completely off the rails. And in the process, I think some of the, I don't know, whatever the fuck Roxanne was talking about, some of the residual Pandora energy, whatever your deal is, went haywire. My brother caught in the crossfire. I would hope he wouldn't be petty enough to take that out on someone whose fault it's not, when the fault lies in, you know, Genesis.
Genesis.
Which is
Well,
why I'm still
you are
holding
very-
out hope that it's not Tiamos, and maybe it's a creature from a dead zone that didn't want to be made or something. I don't know. Holding out as much hope as I can.
yeah,
for
we
that.
we'll get to that for a second, but I just want to say you are a very brave woman, like Mother Dragon. Yes. You go
Ugh.
through
She
hardships such as a very
grimaces when you
no,
call her
no.
mother.
Sorry.
All
But
good.
you are like a dragon in the sense that you have gone through such hardship and you have come out okay, not okay, but you have come out person.
Yeah.
I give her like a really awkward thumbs up and then turn to Ryder, just like, okay, so she mentioned Dead Zones created. Does that okay? Are you implying what I am think you're I
What do you think's being
That-
implied?
that you made the this?
What is this in this context?
Oh, sorry, I forget you are blind. The Outland, the Dead Zone.
Dead zones, yes. This partially my fault.
Partial credit.
Okay, so, but you did assist in the creation of the Outlands, yes?
I guess.
Assist is
No,
a broad
you
word,
create-
more of unintentional thing.
You created the biggest concentration of dragons I have ever seen in my entire career. This is
Okay.
wonderful. You are amazing. You have created such a you have made such a hotspot for researchers such as myself. You have made my career so much more exciting. I was able to come here and research dragons I had never seen before because the ones in Sunder don't ever want to talk to me, and I couldn't get to Wolfenshire, obviously. So I came to the outlets. You made this?
You're
Sharpay
welcome.
pats AJ on the shoulder a little bit. And is like, he's very humble.
Yes, of course you would be very humble. Very big opportunity for the research community. Gosh. Oh. Oh my goodness. This is like meeting a celebrity. It is like meeting one of the Devers. This is what it feels like.
Sure.
Sure.
And she is so full of autism.
We love you,
So,
Legend. Oh dear.
We get you to the Dragon Island. And then what, I guess? We set the dragons free and then we just go on our merry way? Or are you...
Well- I would like, if you help me with that, I do kind of owe you. And I mean, the creator of the Outlands, I mean, I would be willing to assist you in any way possible.
Right, okay.
Praveen nudges him. Take the opportunity.
I mean, we'll appreciate help.
Yes!
We're
What?
in need of it.
I guess, we face things. We're being hunted. Things happen.
Yes.
What?
I
Combat
realize.
prowess, magic prowess, like, what you got?
Yeah.
On a scale of, well, I'm not gonna use a scale, but goodness, I am a magic caster, but I am also very fortified. Because dragons are fortified, they have very thick scales, and to emulate such, I am also very.
I'm also very thick.
I am very thick. I am a spellcaster. Yes, the best spell I can cast. I learned because I thought it would be funny to learn a chronology spell. So I could potentially go back in time and see dragons. But then I realized I couldn't do that at the moment. But I learned time stop, and it was a very interesting spell to learn.
That's a good one.
Yes, I have Dimension Door. They're like, they pull out this, like, I don't even know what their spell book would look like, dude. It's probably just like a big dragon scale with things etched into the side.
You know, like those really
It's like-
cheesy dragon notebooks you get when you're
Oh
like
my
in
god,
4th grade?
yeah.
So true! I have, I can summon Draconic Spirit, I have Chain Lightning, or Chromatic Orb. I have lots of spells. I also have this, and they reach into their bag and they just pull out an unhatched dragon egg, and they're like, I have this! It has been 2 years. I don't know if it will hatch anytime soon, but I have this.
That's a long
Do you
gestation
need-
cycle.
Yeah, and they put it back in their bag. And they're like, that's also why I need to get to the Dragon Island. I have to make sure the egg is,
Right.
in the hands of dragons.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that should be maybe incubated somewhere and not being kept for adventures where it's just like rattling around. That makes sense.
I have a feeling AJ
No, I
has like
found
a,
it-
a special bag.
I see.
Yeah, well, they're like, well, I found it on my way traveling somewhere, and I just kind of forgot to give it to them until now, which is not very good.
Well, don't tell them that, but I understand.
Telepathy group chat.
Okay.
What's the verdict, guys?
Sure. Why not?
They're just unknowing. They've got their hands like held
Yeah.
like this as they just look at Ryder with absolute stars in their eyes. They're like,
I think let's just take what we can get.
In the telepathy group chat, you got a big fan, Ryder.
You do. This is the other
I
telepathy
don't think
writer.
I deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, considering you didn't do any of this like intentionally.
You
I
also,
don't know.
I'm pretty sure the dragons were put into the Outlands as like a secondary thing. But
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
We can just,
Yeah.
we'll just, you know.
Hey, puff your chest out. You made the Outlands. Come on.
yeah, let's,
I didn't want to.
Yeah, but you did, and someone's congratulating you.
Yeah, you kind of just popped out, and went, wah, and then Outlands were real.
happy accident.
It's
Happy
not
accident.
exactly any of my efforts that led to this.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can work for them admiring you for your effort in helping your friend.
We'll just
Yeah,
play
but-
along.
We'll just play along.
Yeah.
Good idea. all of them are just staring at one another in like dead silence as Aichi is just like.
Anyway,
Well, if we need to get up there, then dragons are probably our best bet.
yeah. I think
I'm a
just
little
sort of-
biased because I do want to ride a dragon that's not one of you guys. Apologies, but you know.
No, yes, it's very fun. I think it would be. I think it's also just the right thing to do to free the dragons, and just I
Yeah.
guess contemplating
also
how
do
we're gonna
want-
do that.
They're not having a good time in there.
They're not. So
All right, pair
stone
up. Let's
cages.
dimension door there.
Can we make a little more of a plan? Stone cages. You have stone to mud. That's a thing.
Yes, but I can't.
What else can we do to
Ooh.
get them out of there?
Hmm.
I have freedom of movement, which is definitely easier to cast.
Oh, will that work?
I mean, how hard is it to break a stone cage? It's stone.
Not impossible.
If I hit
Look,
it hard enough.
All of this is fluff, okay?
No. You are
I
just a
mean-
big kitty cat.
If I squint really hard, can I see if like I don't think they will be, but by any chance are any of the bars like made of copper or perhaps silver or gold?
I will get to that in just a second. Cole, you were gonna say something?
I don't remember.
It was just, I mean, and then Ryder just
That's
goes
okay.
wall-eyed.
Yeah, I
hey,
can't remember.
valid. Hey, Jay the Wizard, what's up? They say, hey gang, ride or die. Woo!
Woo!
So real.
I
So you want to make a
if we want to take a look around.
check as well to see if there's anything copper, or
Yeah,
like
or
copper, silver, gold.
or gold.
Roll me investigation.
Yeah, I don't expect there to be, but it's worth a shot. 17.
17.
Oh, bless you. There's a cat next to me.
There is a small divot, like a pore almost, on a giant beast that you see a tiny glimmer of gold from.
On one of like the wyverns?
Not on the wyverns, it is on the kind of like caged island. There's just like, so most of these things are bars that are made of like either stone or very like thick non-gold, copper, silver metal. Probably something more in the realm of adamantine. But
Okay.
in terms of like places to go, there is a tiny little hole that looks to be, I will give you this, it does not look to be like a natural hole. Because there's no other like holes like that on the thing. It seems to be either made by some magic, like mold earth, or something digging into it. It's also too small for a dragon to fit in. Unless they were like just born.
I see. Well, yeah, sure, if they will mention this to the others. There's something gold, I think, in the center. I could do a little bit of that.
A little what?
My curse is the thing where
Ah.
I basically gold to silver, silver to copper, copper I disintegrate. So
By the
Would
way,
be
do you
super
have
nice
any
if I
really concerning curses we should worry about? Like, are you gonna turn into a giant monster and kill us all?
Don't have any curse as far as I'm aware of.
if you do turn into a monster, we won't kill you. We actually have experience in that department. I do.
That's concerning. Okay. Do you think that your curse would work on dragons? Gold
Like-
dragon to silver dragon to bronze dragon.
I
Have
don't
you ever tried?
So
Yes, but
That
it could
seems
be
a little unethical.
try.
It's
That's
okay.
interesting.
Listen. I doubt if you make sure it doesn't go past the dust state, you keep it at bronze, no dust. I think it would be perfectly ethical.
Okay, but like if you were like if I just
If I
started,
got you, if I got you dragon scales, would you test it?
Sure, I'd test it. I don't think it would work because it's. I mean, it's a creature. It's organic. It's not actual gold, to my understanding. But
oh,
yeah,
I
I'd
actually
try
think I
it.
have some dragon scales.
Are they gold or silver
The
or
three
copper?
specific kinds that we need.
They're green.
Uh,
Because they were from the
Oh,
from the
yeah.
bug village, yep.
green.
Ah.
Ah!
Those are not any of the colors we need to test it.
Well,
I mean, copper can turn green.
it can.
Maybe if you just
Fair
think
enough.
really hard and it like holds it
Sharpay
out.
touch it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sharpay, you touch it and it stays green, nothing happens to it.
Okay, yeah, no.
I guess copper dragons are safe.
I think it was a green.
We don't know that's copper.
Okay. We don't. It's not okay. So you touch the gold on the island, it disintegrates. We go in.
Supposedly, I'm not sure what I'm going to be disintegrating, but there's something there. So at least, I don't know. But
What
you
if
have?
what if it sets off like a Rue Goldberg style machine and then it just like kind of drops us?
Yeah, if it drops all the dragons, that would be great. But if it drops us, I have a thing.
What?
This is also my thing. The way we've been getting around previously is that I have a mask that lets me transform to a big beast, not a dragon. I do have a dragon cloak that lets me turn into a dragon, but only for a minute. So for long voyages, I
Oh.
just become like a thing. People don't know what I'm
I
talking
have
about.
dragon wings, but only sometimes.
Oh, really?
Wait, is your dragon cloak by like the sunrise?
It's third person, because you used it. Or
yeah,
no, Ryder
per
used
person,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's once per long rest, I believe.
Okay.
Once per person per long rest.
Okay. In case if it was gonna be like once per like sunrise or something, just like you see like the light of God and then he
Oh
closes
my
it again and puts it back on his head.
Oh my god!
You're so right.
Oh wait, if there is any items that are like per sunrise, then you guys literally do just have portable sun.
My dimension door is.
Oh
Wait, I don't have to use any spell slots. We can just be
It's
fair
always
across
dawn,
the short
baby.
no! That's so ridiculous, and I love it. While this is happening, this is just like a small character thing I want to throw in, but Ryder, Walter has like gone out of your bag at this point and has kind of gone over to your shoulder and is seemingly just like holding on to your ponytail a little bit, and he crawls onto your head, like onto your antlers, and is just looking up at the sea of dead zones above. And like the rest of you guys can see it, they're looking like very intently, just like squinting and such as far as possible. Reaches their little claw up a little bit and kind of like paws at the sky, and then just like grabs your antler again, Ryder, and just makes a little kind of sad like and then crawls down like and sits kind of in the divot in your scarf.
I feel like while Walter is probably doing that and they're discussing, he'll probably step away a bit. And even though he can't see it, look up himself just in the direction of where the dead zones would be. She'll be okay. But this'll all get sorted.
Walter like kind of rubs against your like lower cheek and such, against kind of that bit of your patchy stubble, and lets out another kind of like sad little beep noise. But they kind of nod against your head so that you can feel it and not have to see it. And then they just like settle down in your scarf for a bit, and they have they have some specific chirps and such here and there. Most of the time it's to give you direction input. It's a lot of like whistles and clicks that you've made a system after however many years of taking care of this little anteater and this anteater taking care of you. So you understand the majority of like left, right, this degree, that degree, how many targets, etc. Most of conversation with Walter is done in those quick, precise, like informational clicks. But this time he gives a chirp that Gilly taught him, which is, I love you. So it's just a... But he kind of just rubs against your scarf and then curls up in there.
Ryder's gonna take his hand where Walter would be and just like take two of his fingers and gently pet him.
He looks back up at you and snuggles into it a little bit, just like nestles in. You can tell, like, based on feeling him and feeling his little heart rate, he's stressed for Gilly. He really misses Gilly. And then he, after a while, just crawls back into your bag for now. Just like with one of those things that, like, when a dog does, like, one of those really long sighs before they lay down for a rest, it's just like a... skitters down.
After that, Ryder will probably rejoin the group.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Do we have any other plans, schemes, things we can do? Should we try to hide from them, do you think? Can we do this subtly, at least to start? I don't know.
I have invisibility.
Oh.
for yourself or for how many people?
Let me check. And they just like stare at the little scale that they've been using for their like quote unquote spell book. It's just a list of spells. They don't really know.
I'm imagining it just like it's just like a big fucking scale, like the 10 Commandments. They just like sit there and just, like stare at it.
Oh god. Can I just say something really funny here? AG like not fully knowing their spells is so funny because I'm gonna let in a little metagamey secret here. They're level 18. They're higher level than all of you.
Yeah. That's okay.
They're beefy. They're beefy
like,
in every which
like,
way.
Peers over to try to see the list.
Oh.
It's all in Draconic. It's all in Draconic.
Yeah, nice catch. Nice
I'm
save.
not surprised. I don't know.
They like look over at Eros and like, what are you trying to peek?
I mean, if you want to see mine, you can. It's mostly nonsense, but
yeah, you are Bard. You use the music magic. No, I use a big this.
I was talking to Eros.
Oh, the cat.
I
No,
respect that. Yeah.
What?
You have a spell book, Eros?
well, it's a songbook.
Ah. Oh, I see. I see what you
Yeah.
mean.
Oh, you are one of the musical guys.
Yes.
I'm one of the
It's like the
stabby
first
guys.
part of- The stabby
great
guys.
for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we should go over like what we do, get you involved in the fighting dynamics too.
Oh,
So I'm
well,
a stabby
in
guy.
The chick-
That's a music
stabby,
guy.
Okay. Yes.
I have a lot of
He's
guns.
got the guns.
Shooty guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the gun.
I'm whatever.
Yeah,
you
show
need.
us the guns.
Ryder will probably. He's not gonna pull any of them out. He's just gonna put his hand down towards his waist and just kind of raise up his keychain.
Yeah, ultimate hype man.
Walter gets out of the
Those,
bag, and even
mm.
though they're a little bit down before they hear that, and they just do a tiny little flex, and then go back in the bag.
Let's
Oh,
go.
I love that little creature.
That's Walter. We didn't introduce him.
All creature's name is Walter. Yes, I am what the technical term is a sorcerer.
I see.
I don't have any formal education aside from apprenticing in Thunder, but you know.
I see. Understandable.
Hmm.
I used to be a sorcerer. Then I.
But used to.
Yeah, I kind of. Whoop.
That's
What do I-
fair. Sometimes
Yeah.
people just. It does not, how you say, vibe.
So true. You know, that's really so correct.
I love your delivery on all these lines. Vibe.
Vibe. So, if
Vibe.
you know Draconic, you can look at my spell list, but it will make it a lot less fun. Also, you can just ask.
I won't peek if you don't want me to. I can read Draconic though.
Oh, you can. Did you? They like put down the spell list for a second to about to talk about it. They're like, oh wait, no, hold on. I got to look at this.
Yeah, I mean, I grew
see
up in
Kiki pull up
Thunder,
a new
so
page.
I had it as
Yeah.
elective.
Yeah, you can see the light up on my face. I just had I have invisible.
The dragon
Hold on,
scale
they're just like,
glows. This is like the
So
same
anyone
energy.
Yes.
I'm sorry to mention Critical Role on MAME. This is very. They just introduced a side character named Border Dogson, who I love, and he's very new to D&D. The player is, and he keeps forgetting stuff. So he has this tiny piece of paper with his backstory on it, and occasionally we'll just go like, "Yes, I am from Whitstrom."
So true. So true.
Yeah. AD looks fucking good, but they're like, okay, so with invisibility, anyone I touch is invisible. If I want to cast it better, I can put it on more people.
Okay, I see. That might be helpful.
So, okay, raise your hand. Who is good at stealth? Being sneaky.
Not very.
How?
Parvine's
Okay.
probably-
How is the cat good at stealth? He's very fluffy and you are wearing very shiny clothing.
He's very talented.
No,
Okay,
no footsteps.
Paw beans, quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the bottom of a dragon's.
Some of the dragons have paw beans.
You've
This
never
is-
seen a dragon's foot before.
No, I mostly encounter wyverns. My people aren't dragon riders. We're more of
Ah.
aforementioned stabby people.
Yes, yes. Well, AJ like takes a few steps in the dirt and then like points down in his. They're like I had my shoes made like dragon's feet, so
Oh.
that the other dragons, you know, would not be as scared of me. But it's not toe beans such as it is like a toe. It's like bean shaped padding. It's not like you know you see cat feet. Cat feet is very I would not say delicate. I would call it no, I would say delicate. Cat feet are delicate. So because of that, dragon feet are more thick. Which is why they also have the claws. Yes. But the
My
I would
cat
not
just
say
threw up on my
palm.
bed. I need to clean that up.
oh
Oh, buddy.
you're
why?
fine.
Anyway,
I'm just
be right
gonna-
back.
I'm
Sharpay
just
has to go stare at the dead zones for a second.
Sharpay goes in the
well,
corner and
while-
does that one club penguin dance where she's just spinning around.
While Ryder and Sharpay are gone, I guess I'm just gonna keep talking about dragons.
I'm not offended about the foot comment. Compared to a dragon, yeah.
You need tender paws for
Foot-
tender lovin'.
Why? What the fuck, Praveen?
They did not hear that. They are still enraptured by talking about dragons.
Are
They're
you
like,
still
well,
on
and
the
then,
Roxanne
of course-
thing? I swear to God.
Yeah, I
The
am.
Roxanne, what?
What is the plan there?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
What
you-
did he do?
So there's this. Oh right, you were kind of working for that bitch. Forgive
Yeah.
my language.
Oh, did you see the note she gave you? And he unfolds it, and it's a winky face.
Her eye twitches
For me. Or for
No, you gave that to me from Roxanne.
in your disguise. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Oh. Do you flirt with everyone you meet?
I mean, it's less flirting and more of just like, saying it how I see it.
Let's
see.
real quick, let's presume that you bed
Have
Arden's
a
mother.
shot.
That's a better way of phrasing it. Let's say if you do that, okay. It's all on the table. I used to be a spy. Dealing in the devious means is what I'm good at. I'm interested in what intel you're gonna get from that. What her kinks are?
I mean, you
From
did.
what I can
okay, I'm not gonna.
From what I can
you
tell,
did mention
it's
you did mention
making
feet,
people's
so...
life hell. What?
What?
Okay. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
What
you
am
know,
I getting myself into?
This is normal Tuesday for us, or Lucid.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot
Sorry,
that days are
usually-
not done in Tuesdays.
This is why we need to stay productive, because otherwise I just start talking, and that's no good for anyone. But,
No, it's great. No, your voice is wonderful. I love hearing you
Thank
talk.
you.
What I'm
Yes,
curious about
you
here,
have a great voice, but that's very what? Okay, continue.
the thing that's getting at me is, wouldn't that make you Arden's like dad?
I mean, not if we don't marry.
I guess.
At least
guess-
in the eyes of the government, but the government is fake, so...
Well, fuck the government. Yeah.
Uplands has no government.
Yeah.
Unless you are a pussy.
Well. Looks at Eros.
Oh yes, he's cat. Yes, I remember.
You know what? Do what makes
improving...
do what makes you happy. If Roxanne makes you happy, then
I mean, improving relations with someone that involved isn't a bad idea, I will say.
yeah.
I feel like improving relations means improving friendship and not improving sexual relations.
No. I
They're
see where
both
they're going with
relationships.
this. I see where they're going with this.
Ah, okay. I'm getting called by my boss. 1 second.
And then it's just me.
You and Praveen.
I'm the last one standing.
She's just a bitch.
Yeah.
She's just a bitch. And I think you're better than that, Eros.
Oh, I do too, but like, I'm not actually looking for a relationship, you know?
Okay. Just an
Yeah.
occasional flirt then?
Yeah, I flirt with everyone.
You know, you would have made a good spy. It's a weird thing to say. What the hell, Praveen? She, like, pats herself in the head for that one.
I will say, you do look good in white.
Thank you. I mean... Are you flirting with me now?
I don't know why you'd think that. I just say it how I see it.
Oh, I don't get kids these days. Ugh. I'm old. She puts her head in her hands. Okay. Planning. Everyone's kind of scattered to the winds here. AG's looking at a dragon tablet. Eros is out of character. AG's just studying their dragon tablet. Sharpay is looking at dead zones. Yeah.
I'm back now.
Ryder's back. He spanned in a circle. He was spinning.
I might have to spin
How's
in a
that one
bit because
spin?
it sounds like dinner's gonna be a thing soon, but also it might not be a thing for another hour or two because I don't know when mi padre is coming back home.
We're just handing off who's here and who isn't.
We're just cycling.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. I was remembering things from my research. What is okay?
I would like
I
to
would
say though, just add a character. Eros does wear shoes. He's just good at what he does.
Oh yeah, I know.
True.
Yeah.
He has those little those like high high,
like the wedges.
Platform
yeah, the
shoes.
platform. They're not they're like, what are they called?
Wedges.
Yeah, wedges.
Yes.
All right. So, current plan. Stealth in. That's kind of where we started. Let's workshop.
Okay, so there's a little
Something-
thing. Can I see what the thing that Sharpay saw?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that-
once you point it
is it-
out, you can look at it.
Does it look
It's-
big enough for a particularly fluffy cat?
It is big enough for a medium humanoid.
Great. So we could get to there I'm a little curious what it's connected to if it just disintegrates. But where do we go from there? Again, I can clairvoyance if we want more information about the numerous dragons and wyverns on that area.
How
Should-
far does clairvoyance reach?
Let me
Pulls up music book.
revisit my research.
What were you gonna say, Cole?
We're doing a.
Ryder's just gonna point out, well, shouldn't the dragons have some way of getting out? I mean, unless those bars are somehow suppressing them.
1 mile, which is incredibly thankful. Helpful.
No, that's
That's
a good
total-
point, though. What are... It's a bunch of
2,580 feet.
dragons. Surely stone wouldn't stop them.
But wyverns might.
I'm just wondering if we were able to get inside there and tame them, we could maybe use them as a way out.
Tame feels weird.
Make friends.
Make friends.
Whatever
Can
word
I-
works for you, it's the same goal.
Can I roll like Arcana to see if there's anything like force field wise?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll Arcana. That's a good check to make.
My dice are below my diploma for some fucking reason.
The
Hidden.
D&D
My-
secretly stands
my-
for Dice and Diploma.
I was about to say that. Oh my god. Same brain.
Oh my god, same brain!
Brain blast.
In sync.
In the membrane.
That is just a nice 15.
15? Wonderful. There is definitely a projection of emotion coming from that island. It's hard to parse from here, but you get the sense that there is at least something arcane. Whether that be from the sheer amount of dragons thrown into one room at once, they are very arcane creatures, or if there is something else at work is currently unknown.
Alright.
What was that accent?
No, that was not a character. I promise.
Alright, so
It's
there seems to
bursting
be
out the
some
accents.
sort of magic-ish, not a force field per se, but something in the air around that island.
I'm gonna cast clairvoyance.
Alright,
The
Alright,
dragons are
casting
very
clairvoyance.
angry.
you find a little eye, and where are you bringing it?
Just in center of the island.
Okay, in the center?
On the rock.
Not in
Okay.
the rock, but like in in the hubbub.
Hubbub? Okay. In the hubbub. Are you going through that, like, golden area, or are you just, like, straight towards the middle?
I just thought it like materialized.
Oh yeah, it does. I guess it does. So I suppose, do you want to see the golden thing, or just middle of the hubbub?
Start with middle of the hubbub and then maybe go to the golden thing after.
Perfect. You cast clairvoyance and you look inside the Dragon Island, as we've been calling it. And what you just see is a crackling of flames surrounding you. You're in the midst of what is indeed considered a hubbub, as a wretched flame encompasses exactly where the clairvoyance eye is. It doesn't affect it because it's invisible, and I think it's intangible too. But you just see like flame, you see a shoot of lightning, and once that passes, how long does clairvoyance last?
Up to 10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes, you see as the chaos clears, there is a young red dragon fighting an adult blue dragon. They are inside of this kind of wretched pit that is surrounded by these twisted metal spikes, and they are wearing these kind of like dog-ish, like anti-wolf collars around their neck that kind of protect their jugular, has those outreaching spikes, but you also see some spikes pointing inwards as well. And it is just a clash of pure wretched agony, as once again a flash of flames like erupts around the eye, and for a second you can't see anything further throughout it, but by the time that clears again, you see the blue dragon has just pounced on top of the red one and is pushing its head deep into the floor, and it reaches its claw around that kind of anti-wolf collar and is going to spin and turn it around and start pushing it into its neck as quickly as possible. And by the time it reaches the middle and there's just like snap noise, that red dragon just drops. And then the blue dragon takes its claws, drives it into the back of this thing's wings, drags inward, and is going to pick it up, and with a massive roar just chucks it over the side of this arena and lets out a primal roar. You see there's a bunch of cages surrounding the arena where more dragon eyes illuminate and begin to fight. There is a serious level of anger here, but this is like a fucking pit fighting place. This is a dog fighting arena. And over top it all, there is a throne, and sitting on it is the corpse of a dead cow.
Okay. What
That
kind
is
of
what
cow?
you see. What kind of cow? Just a
I
regular
missed
brown
some
cow.
things.
How is it sitting?
It is just a corpse draped over a throne of spikes. It is partially
Okay.
impaled. There are these like blowflies and such just like swarming it. Its head is just draped over the side. It is clearly dead.
Can I roll insight for specifically on the collars and the cow?
Yeah, sure. That'll be the last thing you can do with this clairvoyance before it ends.
A full 10 minutes?
I mean, you can still see, but most of it is just going to be more dragons emerging from the surrounding cages into the pit and
Well, yeah,
fighting
but I
one
want to
another.
move to check out the gold bit.
Oh, true. You can see that as well. Okay.
That is a 26 insight.
26 insight? Okay, so with that 26 in insight, the collars, there is nothing in this area besides dragon hands that could have affixed it to their necks. And by the way, things are clicked on perfectly in place, and they're tightened on every single dragon to their specification, you get the idea that these dragons put on these collars of their own fruition. And it doesn't do anything to bolster or change their strength. They're just putting it on for their own survival's sake, so that they don't get bit in the jugular. They're
Cow.
angry. The cow, covered in flies, staring down. It feels... The energy it gives off is that of just rage. Just rage is what you can get from the inside of its dead, hollow eyes. It's that unfair cruelness of the bovine industry. It's just a mad cow, dare I say, like the disease. That's what you get. It's just a cow, a corpse of a cow on a throne.
Alright, how's that gold entrance looking?
Golden entrance. If you are to change the area of where the eye is towards that golden entrance, things that are glowing are 3 bouncing solid gold birds that are just peeking outside of this little area. They're kind of in a little like trio together, and they're just kind of like flapping up and down here and there. Just little canaries. And they're just watching the outside. They eventually land on the side of like that divot, and they're just watching the wyverns that are crawling atop this cage in prison that are forcing the dragons to continue to stay inside. And from this clairvoyance, you can hear, right?
It's either sight or hearing.
So you
If
can
they
only
look like
see
there's-
them.
Yeah, if you... eh.
Okay. So yeah, you cannot hear because they are not the ones singing. So I will not tell you what you do not hear, but it's just those 3 birds looking around, chirping, waiting. That is what you see in clairvoyance.
I just watched 2 dragons maul each other. Oh boy!
Yep, so Arrow's
What
just
do you mean?
basically on the floor with like looking through this clairvoyance. They close their eyes. There's like this tiny eye like floating in the center of their head that was golden as they cast clairvoyance, and then eventually that closes, their eyes open back up, and you guys can resume your planning.
Sure, Kay gets back from doing her Club Penguin dance. Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Do you mean?
Mhm.
What do you mean? 2 dragons mauled each other?
They have... like... spiked collars.
What?
That
Mhm.
they...
Why would they act in such a way?
Well, there's... okay. There's a dead cow, alright? You're gonna... it's... there's a dead cow on top of, like, a dragon fighting pit, right? And there's, like, flies all over it, and it's not, like, a good time. There's also, like, these 3 canary... Okay.
Okay, please start from the beginning.
Okay. So, I get in there. 2 dragons are beating the shit out of each other. They've got spiked collars on, so their jugulars don't get immediately ripped out. The other dragon like rips it off and like uses it to stab the jugular. So like, it wasn't a very pretty sight.
Yeah.
And then I look up and I see a fucking dead cow on a throne.
Yeah, seems about normal for the Outlands.
Yeah, do you
I
know if it
guess
could be
so.
like enchanted with like, ooh.
I have no idea. I just know dragons don't act in such a way unless it's like territorial. Like one dragon comes into another dragon's, the territory thing. So that's obviously unusual behavior.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I checked out the golden area there. There's 3 little birds.
Oh.
They were just kind of chirping. We ready to go?
I'm
So what? We
Do-
just
do
feel a
we
lot
have a
less
plan?
We take the
desperate
cow?
than we were previously. We just want to get the cow out of there. Is that our plan? And
I
then hope that
think
it'll like break a spell of some sort.
they're still gonna be angry, but I don't think they're gonna be.
I mean, if they're angry with the wyverns, that's justified.
Yeah,
But they were
I don't
fighting
think they'll
each
be able
other,
to-
right? Not a wyvern,
yeah. I think
2
they're
dragons.
gonna be.
Hmm.
I think they're gonna be more interested in fighting each other than us. Until we
Okay.
get to the cow, maybe, and then cow gone. They're gonna be mad, but they're gonna be coherent, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
I find it funny that you guys can now like scope out what how things might
Yeah.
play out based on my play style.
It's a good spell.
How would how did they get the collars on if the cow is dead?
Oh, looks like they just kind of like so they wouldn't die.
Oh yes.
It's a good choice in retrospect,
Hmm.
unless it's not.
I don't know. It's a good choice.
Were any of the wyverns fighting, or no? Were they like the?
No, it looked like they were just holding everyone in.
Okay.
Maybe the wyverns planted the cow?
Maybe.
I don't think wyverns would. I don't think wyverns would do that though.
They're not smart enough.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
dumb.
Maybe the cow is controlling them.
No offense to
They're
Gilly.
dumb and aggressive.
Gilly's a person.
Yeah, that's
Never
true.
even met this Gilly person. So
So what is our plan? Go in there invisible. Sneak in. Cow. Remove the cow.
Yes.
Break cages. Fuck shit up. Leave? Is that our plan?
Probably get the cow out of there. We're gonna want to.
Do we know the cow is what they want?
It's on a throne,
Uh-huh.
so we don't know for certain. I'm going off a lot of assumptions because we don't have much other information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I say get the cow out of there, find a place to like camp out, preferably like out of the cage so they don't try to continue to maul us to any residual cow effects.
Residual cow effects.
Oh.
I love this.
wait,
That was my nickname
is-
in college.
Xerx's scarf, is that once through long rest or once through dawn? Because if you could tiny hut the cow.
Okay, but the question is, will we be affected by cow?
You could put the cow in the tiny hut and then not go in.
But then we're stuck outside with a bunch of dragons.
What are the
But then
effects
we'll
of
see
the
what
cow?
what they do without the cow.
It's once per
Don't
day,
know.
so it might
supposedly
be
it is making everyone angry with each other.
Just move the sun like around the scarf a few times.
dawn. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's see if that works.
What did you just
I didn't take it out. No, I have respect
okay.
for my
Yeah,
fur.
be
You just see the light of God go around.
Yeah,
Why
just
is
see,
in
like-
your bag?
you just see like a giant bright orb like spin around and such, and Praveen just
We
like
have
closes her eyes
a
and
mini
looks away.
sun.
Forgot about that.
A mini sun!
This is a recent addition.
I still don't trust
Is it-
it.
It's
It's
Is it
not
heated?
really watching us.
Does it produce heat?
Does it?
Opens the bag.
I mean,
Oh.
touch it. Put your hand on the orb. Does the mini sun produce any heat like a regular sun?
It produces radiance, so radiant damage, yes. If you were to touch it, you would take it. So as you move your hand closer to it, you feel like that burning sensation of radiance approaching your palm.
Dragons are cold-blooded. They like the warmth. So
I
if
will
all
say-
else fails, we have a heat lamp.
We do have that.
An evil heat lamp
Or
given by
whatever.
us by
Did
an
it-
absolute bitch of a woman.
Did it
There's
work?
a shrinking spell on this, right? Do you think I could figure out a way to
Do
undo
not make that
and
bigger.
then,
Do not make that bigger.
and then we could like just turn it inside out?
Can I like?
It all comes back to the sun in a bag.
What can I do to find out if I would be able to use my magic breaker on the spell that is currently on this sun?
You would have to fuck around and find out, dare I say.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if there's any roll I can make to get an inclination, but
There is-
if I
there's a-
can't,
there's
then
a point-
Sharpay is going to
There's a
assume
point where
maybe.
I, as a DM, have to say, you need to fuck around and find out if you want
Fair
those
enough.
answers.
I understand.
I also
Sharpay's
have-
like.
I have the spell sunburst.
That's also
Okay,
a
but
good
I
one.
have. Hold on. Let me.
We went from cow disposal to sun.
What if we?
What?
What if we throw the cow into the sun?
What if you put a cow in the bag?
I'm still not really following the
We're
plan.
just saying words now.
This team is such a mess. I love it.
I just
Uh,
okay.
Maybe we make it to the island first.
Okay,
and
but then
we figure out.
It's
I
a, it's,
want to have
it's a lot
multiple.
harder to think if there's a
plans.
bunch of things firing at us.
I want to have our options at least. We can make a definitive plan maybe later, but I want to at least know our options. We have a mini sun. We have invisibility. We have a bag. We have a tiny hut. I can break magic sometimes. I could maybe make it a big sun. What else? I can.
Is
speak to
there
dragons.
there's the wyvern, right?
Right.
It's interesting. I would like to know if they're doing this of their own volition,
That's a good question.
or they're either. Who's humming?
What the fuck is that?
Perception check.
Oh.
Let's go.
Who's humming?
That is 29 for perception.
I think we should go right now.
Right, buddy up.
You want to
What
find
was-
Got
out
the
if
mention
your
door.
tiny
What was
hut
that
works?
perception check?
29.
All right. 29. You know that hum. It's the hum that comes before he arrives.
Roxanne, you need to hurry your bitch ass up.
What
The one
fuck?
hunting
Who's
you.
humming?
All right, buddy up. Let's get going. We've been told
yeah.
by God to shut up and
just
get going.
like it pierces through the locust swarm, and you guys just barely hear it at first. But as Eiji pointed out, you guys all do hear it. That hum goes up the back of your spines, puts the hair on the back of your neck up. What are you doing?
I'm
should
grabbing the
we
nearest person
invisibility
to me
first,
and going
and then-
dimension door.
Dimension door.
Oh, there's invisibility. Hold on, 1 second.
We don't have time.
Do we
Dimension door.
want
Let's
that
go. Let's
thing in
go.
there?
Eros
I will
grabs the
listen.
nearest person to him. Probably Praveen, I think, or Ryder. I don't know.
Probably Ryder.
Who has dimension door? I don't know any of
Right.
you
Are
people.
we able to?
I have it. Eros has it. You have it.
I don't.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Hi, Ryder. We're going. Be prepared.
Okay.
Before you dimension door, I want you guys to very quickly roll for initiative here. Because right before you do, a readied action is going to fire at you all.
God damn. Who is this man?
You're about to learn.
That's an 8.
Let me turn back
9.
down my input sensitivity because I had to turn it all the way down so you guys could hear my humming. Oh, these initiative guys! Guys,
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
Okay,
don't worry,
okay,
don't worry,
Ryder,
don't worry.
Ryder for the win.
I
Ryder
have
for the
too
win.
good of an initiative.
Eros
Oh.
is the one doing the teleporting though.
Fair Whistle's coming in clutch right now.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
I
you,
can
Fair
still do
Whistle.
something at least.
We, the satyrs
Oh, it's done.
are here and we're ready.
Fire gun.
Okay, and then I have to roll for. Uh-oh, nat 20. Hey, it's initiative. I'm glad I
Didn't they have a
voted on
held
that.
action anyways?
Yep, they
yeah.
Hmm.
Just
Okay.
because you roll it on initiative doesn't mean you won't get it again.
Hey, I rolled 2 nat 20s in a row last ANA session, by the way. So just to let you guys know that I do not lose my luck when I'm a player.
Yeah.
You died.
I am like Emily Axford, but instead of being a player sent from hell, I'm a DM sent from hell. Okay, so in my quest of bringing you guys to hell itself, I am first in initiative, nat 20 for the masked figure. And who wants to initiative boy?
I'll initiative boy.
Go initiative boy me. Thank you. A small gleam emerges first from the swarm behind you. Locusts cling desperately to reforging flesh, tearing their starving maws through the infinite feast of shedded antler velvet. Holes infest the undead form of your ever-familiar hunter as they drag their body out of the swarm surrounding them. You were right in thinking that the swarm would slow them down, but not kill them. They drag their body out of the swarm surrounding them as their jaw cracks in and out of position as they reach inside their neck to readjust their vocal cords before they keep humming. The skin that was last time regrowing to look newer once more looks rotten. But something new has this time been repositioned, an eye burning with a red glow from behind it, but with an iris of brown and green. The second the rotten muscles circle their empty bone arms, they are going to release their held action. That being to reach into the back of their quiver and take their, like, absolutely kind of shredded-looking longbow that the locusts have clearly feasted on, and shoot an arrow at, of course, Ryder. All right.
Unsurprisingly.
Yep. All right, so first of all, they are going to... Yep, they are just going to make their held action, or their readied action, against Ryder, which is going to be that longbow attack, which I'm rolling at disadvantage because I am only 30 feet away from you guys. So... Alright, so that was...
Plug in my computer and ignore me.
So that was actually a pretty low roll for this guy. You guys are lucky. That was a 7 plus 9. That is a 16. Does that hit?
It does not.
It does not hit. So
Very
due to the
cool.
fact that its muscles are reforming from all the locusts that have torn this thing's body apart, it twitches as its hands just like struggle to properly get grip on the bow, and it kind of limply fires an arrow that lands right at your feet, Ryder. It just boom, right in there.
Are you ready to go?
Are we? Do we want invisibility or do we just want to go?
We just go, we can apply invisibility there.
I was just trying.
Okay.
Yes!
Okay, yes.
Yes, you leave,
Let's go.
we get there, invisibility, good, over with.
Let's go. All right, and it is going to use the rest of its turn now. That was its first, like, kind of readied action, so now it has its full turn ahead of it, first in initiative, and I am going to use Vengeful Glare, as once again it kind of drags itself out of these locusts. Its head cracks to the side, and with that one glowing eye is just going to stare directly at Ryder. Ryder can't see it, but you just feel that rushing agony go past you. Make me a wisdom saving throw, Ryder.
Got it. Wisdom. That's a 15.
15? That just barely fails. So, you are paralyzed. Congratulations. Ryder,
You're not
right
doing
next
this
to you
all
guys,
thing, that's
just drops. Drops to
Where's
his
him?
legs and just like falls to the ground, completely unable to move, as the Revenant is going to drag itself out from the locusts and is going to start walking right past you guys. I'd say that you guys are like in a line next to Ryder, like, correct? Like, how would you guys be oriented? Is anyone a little bit
Probably-
further back?
Probably
To...
like, I mean, I think Sharpay is probably a little closer, like a little further back, because she was like the one that was looking at the gold stuff.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know what?
True.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's going to drag himself close to Ryder and is going to pull out a sickle and is going to start spinning it in his hands and such and dragging it against the floor. His tendons are kind of snapped, so his arm is a bit longer. He walks past you, Sharpay, 5 feet past you, so you can make an attack of opportunity if you want to.
Yeah, I'll fucking get his ass.
Get him! Get him!
That is a 25.
Okay, 25, that hits.
That is for 8 damage, and let me remember a feat that I have that I never fucking remember to use. Hold on.
Let's go.
Where's my fucking feats? Is this a thing? Where's my fucking feats? Bitch. Okay. Okay, no, it's, I can reduce his speed by 10 feet. I don't know if that's enough.
You can do that. That he is still gonna get to Ryder, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, at least he's slightly slower.
Yeah, no.
Slower.
Yeah, sure,
Sharpay
so-
just fucking, like, hooks him as he's going, just like, I'm so tired of you.
Yeah, you just like take your own sides and you just like hook him in the side and such where his flesh is reforging, snag it in there as like those muscles and such are returning to their original form, and yep, he just like
Yeah.
keeps walking past you with that sickle out and is basically just I have advantage on hitting you, right? Because you're
That
paralyzed.
me?
sounds like that would be true.
Yeah,
As you're paralyzed.
you are incapacitated. You automatically
Any
fail.
attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet. Oh boy.
I am. Hello.
Yeah, and you have advantage, yeah.
And I have
You
advantage.
already did some shit at least.
So that means I have called shot, which is if I make an attack on a creature with advantage, I roll an additional weapon die to my attack, and it's an automatic crit. So I'm going to make my first sickle attack on him.
Okay.
He's gonna fucking die. Bye, Ryder.
Right in front of you
I will
guys.
say.
I mean, this is their goal, so.
It is their
I will
goal.
say, when a creature's in 5 feet of me and they make an attack against someone who is not me, I assume I'm literally holding on to Ryder.
You
I
are
can
about
make a
to
melee
teleport.
weapon attack.
Oh, you can absolutely do that then. It is going to make its sickle attack first, but then you can immediately like kind of riposte against it.
What's you attacking it with?
What am I attacking it
Surely
with?
surely not the dagger.
Surely not the
no,
dagger.
Surely
Surely
not
not
the
the dagger. Surely not the dagger. Okay, that first
Your
hit is
weapons
going
are
to be
set.
a 19 to hit. Does that hit?
It does.
Okay. And that, let me pull out my calculator. I have a little button on my keyboard, by the way, that automatically pulls out my calculator, and I find it so cute. It's right here. Yay!
Calculator button.
I use it all the time. Okay, so that is going to be an initial 2 times 2. That is going to be 22 points of slashing damage, first of all, as it just like slams the sickle on the floor. It just makes like a ding against the kind of like sand and is going to raise it up and such as its kind of shoulder relocates into position and is going to slam it down, like going right for Ryder's like face, trying to drag it down there. So that's 22 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Just. And immediately as this goes down, Eros is going to flip around. And what are you using to attack with?
Oh god, where did I put the knife? Yeah, sure, I'll use the knife.
Yep, so basically in the span of 6 seconds, this thing just like immediately starts like rushing towards Ryder. Sharpay quickly tries to get a stab to it in its side, and unfortunately it just continues to walk forward. I'd imagine Sharpay's still holding onto her sickle, kind of going with him at this point.
Yeah.
And then makes its first attack, slices Ryder upwards. Eros, immediately you take your knife, flip it out, and are going to stab him in the side. Roll to hit.
What do I add to
I
dagger?
believe.
Dex.
Dex? Yeah.
Dex. Okay, that's
With
an
an
18.
They can do
18
strength
hits.
or dex.
Great. I don't have my stats for this fucking knife, actually.
Is it just a regular knife otherwise?
It is
besides
just
the
a
other
regular
thing?
knife besides the
And
regular
it
thing,
should
so it's
just
a
be
d4
plus dex.
Okay,
plus dex,
great.
yeah.
D4 plus Dex.
Just a regular knife besides the other thing.
The other thing, which
I'm
is
looking
not a problem
for a
at all.
D4. I'm gonna use my wizard die.
Wizard of
Wizard.
Waverly Place.
That's
True.
4
Aw.
damage.
4 damage, okay. Perfect. So 4 damage. Yeah, you spin the knife around, you jab it into his side, kind of next to where Sharpay's is, and you kind of push the end of the handle so that it does that extra bit of like max damage. Just
Do I get any radiant damage?
no, I don't think that does radiant damage. Does it?
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. No. I hear your cat.
What, baby? What?
Ow.
What do you need?
Nasty boy.
That's so cute.
Okay.
When are we getting? Oh my God, uppies. Oh, look at the kitty. So sweet.
Gilly's looking at the keyboard.
I thought that was the one crying was the one that looked exactly like Chris. Like Cece and Cole had the same dog.
It's falling out.
Not dog. Dog.
Okay, there we go.
What are cats
Oh,
if not
baby.
weird dogs? Okay, I'm going to make my second attack on Ryder.
Mere moments ago.
Second
I just
attack
wanted
on
you to know
Ryder.
that's the same man.
Using this dice this time, that is going to be an 11 plus 7 to hit, so that is going to be 18. Does that hit?
That does hit.
That hits, so once again, that is going to be a critical hit against you, which, based on set damage, is going to be another 22 points of slashing damage. As it takes it around, and it is going to, once again, kind of like in that upper brow ridge, is trying to hook in and like dig deeper and such. Eros, you jab into his side, he just pushes that thing deeper. It is basically going for the head. Jaw cracks open in front of you, Ryder, as you are just unable to move, but you feel that pain as it rips into you. All right, third attack. Third attack is, actually, that's probably not going to hit. That is a 2 plus 7, so I don't think that hits.
No.
Okay, so, and then
Luckily.
it tries to pull the sickle out, but unfortunately its arm just dislocates, just like that. And it kind of like drops slightly to its knees. It's clearly in a bit of a bad state right now after the locust tore it apart. But it kneels down, and you kind of see its head look into your eyes as it cracks its jaw open, and is just going to continue to hum at you, Ryder, as you are paralyzed on the ground. All right,
Not
that's
much I can do.
However, actually, at the start of your turn, you can roll to get up.
I will certainly attempt it.
Actually, you know what? Sorry, quick retcon. Eros, you do get that radiant damage. You add 2d6 radiant damage. Your knife is glowing red, and as you stab it in, it takes a second, like, it hits the end of the turn, and the reason its hand dislocates is because of the radiant energy that flows up its arm from that, like, delayed hit from Eros. Then we're gonna get onto Ryder.
Is this
5
a
more damage.
specific roll?
This is going to be a strength saving throw. And you got
Okay.
that strength. You got that +4. I believe in you.
For saving throw, it's going to be 14.
14? That actually succeeds. The getting up thing is lower than the going down one. That just succeeds. Okay, so you, once that like pain rips through that kind of top part of your head, you feel it hit a nerve in a way that like immediately jolts yourself back to life as you're able to push yourself up. He is right in front of you, by the way.
Do I get my turn after that?
You do.
Okay. What would be the best way to just get this guy away from me?
Push him. Shove him off the cliff.
Slap.
Well,
You are really
Yeah, I don't
like
know
you
if
are
I-
next to the island.
I don't know if
Like
I
the
want
edge.
to. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know if we can kill this
push
thing
him?
yet. We could try and just push.
His wyvern isn't here, right? It's just him.
Yeah, it's just him.
Can you just push him?
I mean, yeah, I do have a lot of strength. I could just
I think
push
we
him.
should push him.
All
Just
right.
push him off. Push him off. You're
That's
Yeah.
up to you to
Idiot.
decide, Ryder.
Yeah, sure.
Shove
Can
him.
I just
What?
probably in a split second reaction, and as I see him right in front of me, and I know that he's close. Ryder also doesn't know where the edge is, but he knows the edge is there.
Yeah,
He's
you
probably
feel
just
the
gonna
wind.
start. He's probably just gonna start running forward and pushing.
Perfect. He actually did come from the inside of the island, so you kind of have to spin him around a little bit before you push him.
That's okay. I can do that.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to have you guys roll contested athletics here to see who wins the
I
pushing
believe-
competition.
Uh-oh.
You are,
Please.
Can I give him an assist?
you can give him a help action. Absolutely, you are right next to him. You can help push.
I help push.
Sharpay
this
is also right
advantage?
there, so that's advantage. Yes.
Okay.
I gotta
cool.
teleport his ass though. So
This is.
I will watch politely and then I
This
will
is-
immediately remove Ryder from the situation.
I'm getting really poor rolls.
Hey, that's okay. I rolled real bad too.
I have a good modifier at least,
Same
so
here,
I got
I
an
am-
18.
I'm banking on my. That succeeds. I got a 12.
Go!
Oh!
I don't have proficiency in athletics. I'm sure you do
Let's
though.
fucking go.
I do.
Yeah, I have the same exact strength modifier as you, but I don't have athletics proficiency, so that's probably how you beat me on that. What number did you roll? Out of curiosity.
9.
I rolled a 9 too! Okay, so it literally
the
came
dice
down to
suck.
the proficiency in athletics. Oh my
I'm
god.
9 plus 9.
May the dice be with you. Thank you, Halicon73. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so you take him by the back, you spin him around once again in that split second, and the edge is 10 feet away. Ooh, how do I want to determine your like shove potential here? What is your strength like base?
Like the number or the modifier?
The number, not the modifier.
18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I want to do this? Is there a shoving rule in D&D? One moment. Shoving. D&D.
I'm pretty certain there is.
There has to be. Using the attack
There's
action,
probably
you
a
can
rule
make a
for this
special
thing.
melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. Interesting. How much do you push them away, if I may ask?
you can knock
Target
him
must
prone
be
and just like roll him off the side.
true.
Kick him.
Okay. So, target must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make an athletic check contested by their athletics. I actually did that correctly. That's amazing. You succeed automatically if the target is incapacitated. If you succeed, you either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you. Okay, so which one would you prefer to do? Edge is 10 feet away, and you also have, like, multi-attack, and considering this is an attack action, you can shove him again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if it was prone, would it be able to avoid my further shoves? Is the
Their
question.
only movement option is to crawl. They have disadvantage, and you have advantage. So they would have disadvantage on the athletics, and you would have advantage on the athletics. That's what that would do. They would be unable to do it if they were paralyzed or stunned.
I think we should get him on the ground and we should all kick him.
Yeah,
Hit
you
him in
know
the
what?
ribs.
You know what? I'm gonna knock them prone, and I guess I'll try and push some more.
Let's
Because
go.
even if I don't get them off, everyone
Right.
else can, because they have to take an action to stand up. So
Very true. Right. Kick him while he's
So-
down.
well, I got another 18 for a second shove.
Gonna do this roll. Ooh, I actually.
Oh wait,
rolled
I
a-
have advantage now.
You do have advantage now,
Forgot.
and I have disadvantage. That's a good point. Ooh, and that might have mattered. I think that did
All right,
matter.
19.
12.
I rolled another 9 and then a 10, so
12.
Another 12!
So, you push him back 5 feet. There is now 5 feet between it and the ledge. So how do you just like push him? He's on the ground at this point.
he's probably kicking. He's
Yeah.
probably like just doing real powerful kicks.
Oh yeah, no, like
Yeah.
you just slam your whole hoof into that thing, and if you have been hit by a hoof before in your life, that shit is deadly. Like there is a crack in this thing's like wretched old decayed body as you just kick it closer to the ledge, and his body kind of rolls over a bit, and his jaw just once again just like pops back a couple of times. D&D has come so far. I used to DM for groups in the 80s. I still have the basic box sets. Good luck, guys and girls. Thank you. That's so cool.
Hi!
Hi. Oh my gosh. Yeah, D&D has come such a long way since first edition. My mom used to play on paper and like grid paper and with like basic dies. Amazing how D&D is and how long it's spread. Anyways, kick that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yes, you kick that motherfucker. He's now 5 feet away from the ledge. Do you have anything else you can do on your turn, or do you just have 2 multi-attacks?
I have another attack. So
Do it again.
I might as well attempt to see if I can kick this guy off.
Hit him with a do it again. I have disadvantage.
Dude, what is up
Ooh,
with these rolls?
ooh, disadvantage mattered. I got a nat 1. I got a nat 1 and a 19.
Alright. I got a 21.
So long,
so-
story, cowboy.
Whew. All right, Space Cowboy.
You want?
Oh, waiting for Cole to get back here. We used to play
He's
on paper.
about
I'll
to
shut
just-
up. No worries. I read chat occasionally here and then, but it's nice to have someone who's been playing the game for a while to pop in. A lot of people who watch this stream are really new to D&D, so it's pretty cool having like different perspectives on how we run things. Okay, Ryder.
I did in
With that-
fact kick them.
21 against a nat 1. How do you kick him off? Give me that spice.
I don't know how much I can spice it up. He's really just like walking forward. He was just paralyzed. And, you know, it's more of a desperation thing because so much of his health was taken. He's feeling the pain. And so it's more just, I need to get this guy away from me so we can leave.
Perfect. That's some great spice. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You take him and you just like use your hoof and you're kind of like batting him against the ground, just like doing very quick, swift kicks that like a deer or so would do to get like a giant beast away from it. And you're just like kicking it back and forth, getting it closer to the ledge. You feel the wind getting closer to you. And as you do, there is that little bit of a fear that when you put your hoof down, it's just going to be nothing. But you find his body again, connect, and you hear a shove. And the rest of you guys see as he just like rolls onto the side and a skeletal hand grabs on to the side of the island and is just dragging its nails into it. But Ryder, you raise up your foot again. You kind of tap around a little bit to exactly find where his hand is and just slam against it. And he just lets go and begins to fall.
Yippee!
You don't hear a scream. What you do hear instead is, like, as he's falling and such, it kind of goes off into the distance. You just hear, she doesn't have much time left. As he vanishes into the darkness of the place below. You also
Is he
hear...
gone?
Yeah, you say that. There's a moment of pause. You hear a whistle. A long, droning whistle. And from that dragon island, one of the wyverns snaps its head around and starts flying down. Clearly to go rescue him. But for now, he is gone. That wyvern's gonna need some time to go get him.
It's a distraction.
Call that a
Keep
success right now.
Coast is clear, you're good.
Can I roll?
Is this whistle?
Can I roll perception, insight on the dragon to see if it matched Gilly?
If it matched Gilly, the wyvern? I see you notice my queeble, Kiki.
Please. Please, no. No, please.
Hi.
Yes, you may roll it. I'm so sorry. My brain is not working. You may roll insight.
Why are you looking at me? What are you? Sorry, I'm talking to my cat. He's just staring at me.
Okay. But yes, if you, what did you roll for that? Is Ro frozen?
Frozen.
Oh.
No! I was like, are they just
No!
doing this?
No, while we're gaming, that whistle, is it recognized, like, can I recognize that whistle to be like a training whistle? Like some people
Ooh.
do this when they train dragons.
Ooh, roll me animal handling at advantage.
Because as somebody who works regularly with dragons,
I fucking Wi-Fi. Anyways, can I?
yeah, your
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
yeah. Roll that. Roll your insight check to see what wyvern it is.
I got a 19 because I regularly work with dragons. Would I be able to replicate such a noise?
Would you be able to replicate such a noise? Ooh.
I got a 19 animal handling.
19 animal handling. Okay. First of all, let's do that insight check. What was your insight?
29.
29. It does not have the same coloration as Gilly.
Ooh.
With that 29, as that whistle goes off in the distance, you do see a forge mark. These are things that dragon tamers put like in themselves and their dragon. Basically, they like cut open a bit of their wrist and they pour their blood in it and their blood into the dragon's, etc. It is a bonding mark. You do see as that whistle takes place, as that forge mark lights up on the wyvern and it turns around and goes towards their owner. As for AG, this is a forge mark whistle. So unless you had a forge mark with that wyvern, unfortunately, it would not listen to your call and beckon.
All of these wyverns are trained. So
Yep.
That's basically just saying that someone did this. It's not just the cow.
That was a wyvern.
All right.
Very scary creatures. Oh my god. Let me cast invisibility, but hold on. My brain is so fried.
You're good.
Go ahead
I'm
and
trying
cast.
to figure out what.
So you guys are
Yeah, I'm
basically
trying to
like
figure out what
now that there
spell
is
slot
time.
I
We
need
are
to
out of
cast
initiative,
this
by the way.
on.
So now we are out of initiative, and you guys are just planning to make your teleport. Like once the dust is cleared, Doreen just like
Okay, well,
taps. Yeah,
Grab
sure.
onto just before we go invisible, just to make sure I don't lose track of her. Just like I'm
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
you with me. Just making sure I don't lose track of you.
Ryder,
She's looking over the edge of the cliff and just staring down at where he's fallen.
Ryder, healing. Good?
I mean, I am hurting,
Great.
but I'll be okay.
Well, we're
I
going
have
to
those
dragon,
little
so I'm
potion
gonna
thingies.
want to heal you. If that's
Oh, you do?
chill.
I do
Yes, I
actually
have
have to
lots of
leave for
potions.
dinner, so
Knock him out.
I would keep your healing.
All right,
Oh,
keep your
okay.
healing.
Have fun with your weird mental
when you-
checkout called eating dinner.
When you go to maybe okay, how do we real quick? How do we just like what do you want Ryder to basically be doing in this idle time? Assuming you go to the Dragon Island, would he just be keeping watch right now?
I mean, he'd probably be hanging around them still,
Okay.
like following along. I don't think he has an idea, at
Okay.
least a clear idea of what the plan is or what should be done about these. So he'll I think, he's probably just pretty content following along and
Okay.
not contributing much.
Following along sounds good. I mean, he did just get stabbed in the head, so
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Maybe his brain's a little funky right now.
Funky brain. All right, yeah. So the stab in the head has kind of just left him a little bit kind of tired and dazed. And Praveen just like pats him on the shoulder. You'll walk it off. All right, we should head. And you're
right.
free to go. Take
I
care,
should
Cole.
head.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your dinner.
All right.
Anyway.
First, like, cleans the
Okay.
blood off his little... I'm imagining, like, a little, like, flick-out knife, you know?
Yes.
So he just, like, cleans that off and just, like, puts it back.
Did you just meow
My
at your
cat is-
cat?
I said hi,
Oh,
but it sounded
heard
like
meow.
he's going crazy right now. I don't know what his deal is.
All right, yeah. You flick off that blood from your knife, and it kind of like falls off your knife, and then just like goes off the cliff, like rolls off the side of the cliff, seemingly to rejoin the body it's attached to.
So,
Right.
if I cast invisibility at... I'm not used to working with other people.
I get it.
They kind of like mull over. If I do cast invisibility, do you want me to still take into account Ryder, or do you want to just hand wave it?
Hand wave it. We'll say he's involved in
Okay.
it. Like, I'll still let you keep the spell slots as is.
It's one level per
Yeah, so then-
extra person. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that would be 4th level.
Yeah, and on a scale of 1 to 20, it would be 4th level. Or 1 to 9.
If you have 20th level spells, I'd love to hear about them.
No, those do not exist. They might.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not be a creator. Okay. I will like not grab onto everybody, but like in the process of casting invisibility, I'll just like tap everybody on the shoulders.
All right. You give everyone a quick tap on the shoulder, and everyone quickly vanishes. Praveen's kind of still looking off that ledge, but as like you touch Sharpay, it spreads over to her. She's just watching as he falls down. She's kind of furrowing her brow, but the second it kind of, you all go invisible.
Okay, everyone make some scuff marks in the dirt so we know where everybody is. We have
There's a dragging of heels and paw pat, or like
Yeah.
arrows of shoes, and then the dragon paws, and then Praveen's hooves.
Alright, Eros, you get the rider, Sharpay has a Praveen, and I am myself.
Sounds good.
All right.
Alright.
You okay to go?
We all know where to go, yes?
Where are we going?
The little entrance there.
Yeah,
Okay.
golden thingy.
Golden hole.
Okay. Can
Gold
do.
hole, gold,
That was
Gold
mine.
hole.
gold.
I can do that.
You
Alright.
say that and I will throw you off of this island, cat boy.
Don't do that.
Like Sharpay's, don't do that. That's so
Nobody
good.
would know until I hit the ground.
There is there ground.
Well, eventually,
Eventually.
actually. You'd be surprised. Let's
What?
just go.
I love the what? All right. Oh, I love these images of your cat you're sending in chat, Cece.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
just-
so
every time I like turn and like take a picture, that's what I'm taking a picture of. That's just him.
Perfect.
He's just there. He's
I love
literally
it, I
just
love
right
it.
there.
all right, so you guys are teleporting into that hole, eh?
Yes.
God, that was Canadian of me. Hole, eh? I hate calling it a hole. But anyways, so many holes in Ride or Die. Can we talk about that? Not now. Okay.
So true.
You are heading towards the island full of dragons, the one that you have scouted out before, and saw that a mysterious cow upon a throne seems to have some effect on the dragons that are taking over this small settlement. You are all invisible, as the effects of Dimension Door close over all of you. You're used to this traversing method at this point, as it kind of wraps around, and your environment swiftly changes. In the dark, the only sign of your guys' existence through invisibility are the slight shimmers of groups of pupils that are just kind of around the area. There are the slitted pupils of the two people with more slitted eyes, that being Agi and Eros. There are the very shockingly similar looking pupils of Praveen and Ryder, though Ryder's are a bit more muted due to just like general cataracts over his eyes. And then Sharpay's group is slightly magenta. You teleport into the side of this hole, and there's a small twitter of songbirds around you. It's a strange sensation in this area, as you guys are kind of at the edge of it, kind of holding onto the side, looking out onto the island that you guys just came from, the one that is covered in a sandstorm of these locusts surrounding it. The buzzing is finally gone. It was absolutely infuriating. That is replaced with the sound of roars, snarls, lightning cracks, fire breath, moving of rubble, steam whistling, snarl of dragons, the clamp of their jaws. Hunger. Around you is the simmering acidic tongues and teeth that gnash with murderous intent. You guys see, crawling on the side, you hear and feel the rumbles of wyverns, crawling close by, the snapping of dragons at one another. You're in this hole, looking out at the island you just came from, and you are inside this place. Behind you is just a tunnel leading forwards, and all three of those canaries, which are looking out the side of the island, they're just whistling.
In telepathy. I assume all this is in telepathy. But yeah. Those are birds. Weird.
They don't look draconic.
No, they really don't. They're probably important, but I'm not gonna say we should kill the birds right now. So.
Is there any way to roll, I looking at my sheet.
Eris is under the assumption he's already. Oh. Eris is under the assumption he's already seen this, and he's like, peering through the other inside.
Either
Yeah.
Arcana or like nature to figure out if there's anything wackadoodle with these birds.
Arcana.
If you can hear my cat licking himself in the background, I'm sorry.
Gross.
He's so-
Oh, sorry, that's an 8. I did not do very well. That is an 8.
Okay, 8. Arcana.
Just
on
looks at him and
these-
is like, those are dragons.
Yes, indeed, these birds are not dragons. They are solid gold canaries that are just kind of letting out this small humming sound. They do have a distinct arcanic aura to them in a way. Without detect magic, I can't give you more information on exactly if there are any spells at play or what type of magic, but it's ancient, the song they tweet. And they seem to kind of just like look around occasionally. They're just small little things. One of them is going to kind of do that little like bird hop around that like doot doot, and is going to turn and is going to tilt their head up at you guys. You see in their eyes, Agi, something that a number of dragons have, specifically of the gold variety, I believe, but you see in their eyes the look of true sight, which means they can see through invisibility, these birds. So this bird turns around and looks up at you guys with like a little whistle in its mouth. Beep. It gives you a little beep noise, gives you a little tweet. and the other 2 canaries turn around. And all of them look at you guys for a second. And then at the same time, they just like kind of take off into the sky and head down the cavern. Kind of bouncing.
follow
Are
the
they
birds?
ratting on us, or is that just a bird activity?
It looks to be bird activity.
Okay, that's fine. Bird activities are okay. Huh. I should have asked this earlier. Do you know of any dragons who have true sight that we should probably avoid?
Do I?
Dragon expert.
I believe when it comes to dragons with true sight, that would be true sight is for gem dragons have true sight, I believe. So that would be like emerald, amethyst, etc. Gold dragons have true sight. I'm almost certain they have true sight. I'm not sure if any of the chromatic dragons have true sight off the top of my head.
As long as it's not the wyverns, I think we're good.
Wyverns do not have true sight.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
No, wyverns are too stupid.
Yeah, wyverns are dumb as hell.
No, but I
don't
know
if the wyverns do to you guys.
gem dragons, gold dragons.
Okay.
Don't know about any of the chromatic ones, but they might.
Okay, but not wyverns. So I guess if we
Not
see any of
wyverns.
those, let's maybe take a detour, but I think we'll be good.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go, I guess, to the cow.
To the cow.
Who just
the-
went,
Cow. Oh, that was me, Praveen.
Okay, okay. Making sure.
Yeah, no, sorry. Invisibility. Forgot.
Yeah, I get it.
Weird birds.
Yeah. They're kind of
All
cute.
birds are weird.
True that. So you guys are heading down the same cavern that the birds went down?
Yes.
Yep.
As they kind of flap their little wings and head down, bouncing down the hallway. You follow the small glow that they give. Wyverns are dragons, alt name, I guess, in this game. Yeah, no, wyverns are definitely a type of dragon. They're an offshoot. I think in 5th edition, they're considered dragon spawn. Yeah, but they are dragons. They're just morons. Yeah, so these birds are bouncing down the halls together. This is my little bird impression with my hands. And as they bounce down, every so often, they let out a little tweet to one another, a little twitter. After a little bit of kind of following their trail a bit, they stop and both go on the ground.
Can I try to make a little bird call for him?
You make a little bird call, roll animal handling.
I am.
I was
trying
just gonna
to-
get down on the ground, like right next to them, and trying to see what they're saying. Like,
Oh,
"Aw."
so roll. You don't have to roll, actually. I will get to that in just a second, but you were trying to
Yes.
call back to them a little bit?
Yeah, he's trying to befriend them. Animal. Ooh, that's not good. How does a 7 go down?
They
You-
hate you.
So,
You forgot to make it not telepathy.
yeah, so AG just, like, gets in the ground and is kind of, like, you're looking at the not the dragons, at the little canaries. However, Eros, you, as they stop tweeting, as they go, like, kind of quiet on the ground, you attempt to call back at them, but, as you immediately make this call, it's a good call, don't get me wrong, your whistling is absolutely fine. It's loud. It's really loud, is the thing. And the birds all turn to look at where you are in the invisibility, and they just, like, you can see as they kind of duck to the ground, they kind of go into that little, like, bird loaf state where they become a little loaf, and they all shut their eyes and kind of huddle against one another as you hear, like, a from overhead. You're stomping, slow and low breathing. You are in this
My
cavern,
bad.
but there is something, like, right above you. I would like you all to roll a collective stealth check, so majority wins.
We have invisibility. Let me see if that does
Oh,
Did I
anything.
get an
wait.
advantage?
Wait, yeah, advantage on all stealth checks because you guys
Oh,
are
thank
invisible.
God, I got it.
Thank God. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Win. Okay. And I will
If
also.
AG can,
I'll roll in for Ryder
if
as
AG
well.
can, they kind of like position themselves a bit
Perfect.
above the birds because they're like, oh, animal in trouble.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
Jesus Christ, you guys, come on, keep it together.
Praveen's gonna save us. It's fine.
Praveen.
14,
Surely
15,
Praveen will
28. Yeah, Praveen got a 28 as well. And I rolled for Ryder, who got a 17. So
Thank you,
majority
Kay.
wins.
What
Majority
was your
wins. You
problem?
guys succeed. The stealth check. Your cat is having such a time.
He is.
Okay. You guys all go suddenly quiet as that whistle rings out and the first goes overhead. Sudden silence rings out through the cave. The canaries don't move. As you like cover over them, kind of planking over top of them, until the stomping whatever it is jolts down a hallway with like an immense anger to it. As it flies out of the way, you hear wings flapping. You seem to be in the clear. The birds start bouncing again. Doot, doot. Beep, beep. And they continue down the hall. They head out from underneath your little like kind of sanctuary that you gave them, Eiji, and they just like whistle, start heading off into the distance of the cave.
Cute.
Yeah, maybe no more whistling.
Let's probably get out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
sorry about that.
Hey, no
Oh,
worries.
nice. I get it. You don't gotta worry about it.
We didn't know the
It's a good call.
situation. Yeah. I mean, these birds could be ultra powerful dragon birds. Who knows?
Really?
Probably good to be on the
Good
good
to be
side.
friends.
Yeah.
What do you think that was? Was that a wyvern? Was that the cow?
Is there a way that I could tell based off of
It had four
footsteps?
legs.
Because
It had 4 legs.
yeah,
So definitely a dragon.
Four
because
leg
wyvern only have
cow.
2. Like a cow.
Like a
Four legs.
cow.
probably dragon. Probably dragon.
Okay. Makes sense. Well, I should probably keep going.
Agreed.
Hold on. I think Eros is buffering.
Turn around. There's
Perfect
just like
pats him on
a...
the shoulder, like it's okay, Eros. You don't need to feel so bad.
Arrows whistled so badly that they crashed.
No.
Error 404, arrows not found. Wi-Fi is fighting for its
Okay.
life right now. I like you guys taking taking screenshots of my little Queevil.
Grebo.
I like that you
Yeah,
guys
I
enjoy
think-
him.
No, you're still here.
God. While they're walking, I think AG is gonna like he get down on like their hands and knees up.
No!
There we go. You're back.
Yay,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Eros!
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it
is that?
is-
I saw you hold it up to the camera. What is that?
Queevil from Bugsnax.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, cause
I'm gonna be in and out all.
Whole session? Oh no.
Oh.
Gaymer.
Gamer?
Hello? Gaymer?
Oh well, they're moving. I say I'm moving.
Are you
Gaymer.
hero?
Gaymer.
Bro.
Oh no!
No! Oh,
I guess.
I'm gonna give them a second to
Oh.
get their Wi-Fi back in order, and I'm gonna get a quick drink. Oh, are you back? Gamer?
I gotta go to dinner.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Dinner.
I'll be back eventually. If
Okay.
you guys are still here.
Yeah, of
Good.
course. All right. Well, have a good dinner. It is now just the
Me and you
three
get
of
to roll
us.
Kiki.
You guys got this.
Make it in
And-
my
and
dry.
this ravine we built in between us.
So real. I think Arrow's probably just like heads back and does a little ditty to try and like heal Ryder up, and those two are in the back just trying to get his wound up on his upper temple healed. I'm peeking in through the side of the thing because Ro is yet to vanish yet. I mean they are frozen, but you know. I'm
I have a
peeking
wyvern
in.
here. Do you want to play D&D? Do you want to play?
This is gonna look
wanna
really
try
funny on
Kiki?
stream, trust me. Okay.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. All right, just the 3 of us for now. So you guys continue down this hallway. All right. Any idle conversation, or shall we continue?
AG is like following the birds, but like on their sight level, so they're just like they're just skittering along the ground. It's like I use this to get on the same level as the dragons I study. They're just
Aren't dragons normally
You can't
really
even-
big?
yes, but I also study baby one.
Yeah, I guess that works.
You know, one time a dragon thought that I was her child for like 3 weeks.
Oh.
Hmm.
What happened after?
I
Did it
didn't-
reject you?
she figured it out,
Yeah.
and I got the talking to.
Oh dear.
Oh. I mean, I've heard there's those stories about, like there'd be an owl bear out there that might adopt a cat who got lost in the
Oh,
woods.
see that does happen. Except my actual parents, I think, would kill me if I ever became a dragon child because we lived on the coast and there were no dragons.
Fair enough.
So that would have, yeah.
I'm hoping that this dragon expertise can keep us alive. I know there's a lot of dragon riders in the Outlands, but I've never been one. Never got along with dragons myself. Never really got to encounter them in my time.
I studied dragons for most of my life. It's why I did not go to common school. What do bards go to colleges? Wizards go to colleges? Whatever. I just doing my own thing.
Do what you like. It's the best way of doing it.
I
You're
took an apprenticeship in Thunder with a doctor dragonborn to help learn anatomy of dragonborn, but it wasn't the same as actual dragons. So I just I heard about the Outlands. I heard about the Outlands and Dragon Riders, so I found myself a little bit of like a slip, and I just went right in.
The Outlands only opened recently. When'd you get in?
Great question.
You got in before.
When did
it was
we get
opened
in?
up.
Yeah, I got in before the opening.
Hold on.
You know,
She
I
just
heard,
like
I heard.
she just like turns around very suddenly and holds her hand up and just like points at you. How did you get? Okay, well I already had questions about how you guys got in the Outlands to liberate it in the first place when you guys came in on that. What did you guys come in on? How did you get in here?
Deathworm conductor. His deathworm can fly through the Outlands, so that's how we did it. Did you also get
was
on?
that
Condor?
I don't
Pangea?
know what you're talking about.
Okay, I guess not.
No, there were some reports of people going missing, falling through the ground, etc., etc. So I just, followed the patterns, found with the next one, and I just decided to jump right in.
People are falling through the ground?
falling into the
That's
Outlands?
not a literal sense. More of like a slip.
Slip into the.
Like,
Huh.
I found the slip and I got in.
Did you. When you entered the Outlands, did you have to like grab onto anything to like see the Outlands as a whole? Where did you start out in? We haven't really talked this one out in your backstory, so I can like give you a little something here. I'd imagine that.
Yeah.
Let's say that you were in a field of hay, and you started in a field of hay, and you're basically just like in this area with a field of hay and a dead scarecrow, and you touched the heart of the scarecrow and you left.
I was in this like big open field of hay, and then there's a dead scarecrow in front of me, so I figured the heart is glowing, so I might as well touch the glowing heart. So I touched it, and then I was fine.
Huh.
In the Outland.
So
What?
you slipped in through a dead zone.
Yes. Yes.
could you describe the scarecrow a little more? Sharpay's trying to figure out if this is either Wilfred's scarecrow or Nova's scarecrow.
Was a scarecrow. There's
Did
no
it-
like.
Does she remember anything like any defining features of Nova's guy?
Here's what I will quickly say, like, because we're kind of making this up where we go, because we didn't actually talk this through in DMs on how this
Fair.
worked. What I will
Fair.
give you, Kiki, is that, yes, you had been studying the patterns of how things were falling into the Outlands, because there were occasional reports here and there that were mostly chalked up to curses of people just going missing. So, from there, yeah, so basically people had gone missing, and the steps leading up to it were strange. Specifically, some things would happen where someone would pass on close to them, and usually after a funeral, something would go strange. Doors would start locking when they weren't locked. And then it said that people would find a door, open it, and then they might be in the Outlands. People who were falling into deep grief show up here. You never experienced that grief, but I'm sure in a way you followed the path set by these things. Stuck around grave fields, graveyards, until one day something just opened up for you. It was calling to you.
Well, I got very acquainted with Bone.
Yeah. Uh. Hi, Merlin. Hello.
You know, people in moments of great grief or tragedy were often reported as missing, so I followed the patterns. I stayed in some graveyards and some not so savory places until I could find somewhere to just slip through.
This was how long ago?
Oh gosh.
Approximately. Several months? Is that
I think you said, I
assume?
think you actually said it was a couple years ago in your backstory.
Yeah. I mean, time in the Outlands is also just messy.
Very true.
Then, like, a couple years ago.
I mean, we're obviously invisible right now, but I'm imagining just like the little cute little flick over to Praveen. That's way before Ryder even left, let alone losing the eye. What are you typing, crazy man?
Oh.
What's that? Oh. But yeah. Where are we? Anyway. So that's... The thing we were talking about. Oh. Oh.
All right.
Anyway.
Continue.
Sorry, I got distracted by something. What was up? Did you guys ask me something?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, continuing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sharpie just like, she looks over at Praveen and like, obviously Marizadol, but there's like the little like pupil flick, I'm imagining. It's very cartoonish.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like in like fucking cartoons, like fucking Tom and Jerry or whatever, when they turn the lights off, and it's just the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Very that. She just like side eyes like Praveen, like that's way before Ryder even left the Outlands.
Way before Ryder left the Outlands. I'm sure
That's
there's
weird.
something to unpack there.
I just wanted to look at dragons. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not accusing you of anything. That's just
No,
No,
I
no.
know. Just
But-
I fell in, and the first group I met was the Survivors Guild, and they rode dragons, so I was fine.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just the thing with Ryder we were mentioning earlier is that his curse is that he was born and the Outlands happened, and then his curse is that when things. She looks over at Ryder, who's just like still like spinning in the corner, and she's like, "Okay, he probably won't mind."
Spin.
His curse. Our understanding of it is that when things die around him, they turn into dead zones, and so dead zones aren't supposed to happen at all in the material plane outside of the Outlands. And it started becoming a problem when he left the Outlands, because whenever he had a thing that was like suppressing it, now we don't have the thing anymore because the thing was also possibly evil anyway. Point is, there's not supposed to be any dead zones outside of the Outlands, and definitely not before Ryder even left the Outlands. So that's really weird.
Well, the Outlands, the dead zones in a way. It's weird because they always felt like pockets of other worlds opening up.
Time does not make sense in dead zone. There is no time.
It
Is there
doesn't. You're
Doesn't
right.
matter.
Is there a chance the dead zones are pockets of other places, other parts of the world? Because
Well, I mean,
almost
it
anything.
appeared that the dead zone with hindsight knowledge of dead zones, it appears that the one that I came through to get here was just already finished.
Huh.
I could believe it if they were. I wasn't there. It was the last time I was in the Outlands, the group that was with them, a lot of them. I'm the only one who knows what I'm talking about because it was. She's trying to remember what the fucking party split was when like one group did the stupid fucking scarecrow Deadzone, and she wasn't in that group. She was
You
in a
were
different
not.
group.
Yeah, you were in like
It
the
was
truth telling one.
Wilfred, Lily, Sakara. Was that what?
Yeah,
it was?
it was those three.
Okay. All three of the people who are in the Scarecrow Deadzone are not here right now, and I wasn't there, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that's happened before, that they were getting chased around by a Scarecrow. So,
Oh,
weird.
it was dead.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling we're gonna learn a little bit more about dead zones when we enter whatever the fuck that is up
Up
above.
there? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They are.
But that's an interesting piece of evidence to add to the Ryder's got a weird curse thing.
Yeah. Just
Courses are strange. If I was more interested in them, I would study them, but I'm not, so.
Yeah.
there's plenty of people studying them.
Well, I'm
Hmm.
happy that you're
I-
joining us for now. Your expertise is probably needed at the
yeah.
moment alongside your skills.
For sure.
Yeah.
This invisibility,
very
good
tough.
trick.
I'm still
That's
thinking
Useful.
if
What?
dead zones are like pockets of other places. Because
Yeah.
I just mentioned Lily. She's she gesturing to AG. You wouldn't know her, obviously. I'm telling you that your own fucking character. I know how silly this is. But
No, but I
Who
get
is
the
Lily?
indication it's. Who is
Yeah.
this Lily character?
she's a friend of mine. We travel with her normally. She's off on a mission in Dreamland right now, so she's not here. But her thing at the moment, making sure I'm aware of this right, because it was the moment in the fucking Cornelius land when she thought the eye in. She told Sharpay about her mom, right? I think that happened.
Yeah.
I'm making sure I'm not metagaming. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Her thing is that her mother was I mean it would be really nice if she could tell you, not me, but because I don't know. But her mother was she's an elf, so she was around before the Curse War, and
Oh,
She
from the
was under-
Feywild? No, that.
before the Feywild. It was before they moved to
Oh.
the Feywild. Presumably, well, she had two moms, and they were killed
Nice.
in.
Oh, not nice.
No, that's not. Oh, take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
It's a little nicer. It's she had two moms. They were presumably killed in some moment before all the elves evacuated to the Feywilds.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
she thinks that at least one mother, I guess I don't know where the other mother is, at least one mother is in like trapped somewhere like outside of reality as like a scary thing. I don't actually know, but I guess I'm just wondering if dead zones can be pockets to things like that. Then she wants her mom back, so
Well, like I understand that. Yes.
This at
This
least
is
gives
not
us
the question.
it's evidence we can at least use for later. You showing up in the
Yeah.
Outlands.
Yes, it's
Just
not.
a
That is not the question that I have an answer for. I'm not a dead zone researcher. I don't know if anybody has started reality research or whatever.
someone should really research the dead zones. Someone should
Yeah.
really-
There's that. I would start, but dragons are my thing, and don't want to.
I
Talk.
get it. I totally get it.
And that's why you're here with us for the dragon mission. And hopefully
Yeah.
after.
Yes, I'm dragon expert. I mean,
Yeah.
I can stay as long as you need me.
That would
I've
be
got nothing
appreciated.
else to do. I mean, you are with the one who made the Outlands. I have to give my thanks.
Mr. Land himself.
No. Praveen crosses her arms
That's
at that.
That's fine. That's understandable. I deserve that.
You guys hear in the distance as you're walking. It's not from a dragon.
Who the fuck is that?
It's a little bit further
what
down the
direction?
hall. It's further
Alright.
down the hallway where the canaries are
AJ
heading.
is like,
Praveen
you
freezes.
You don't see it, but you understand the motion that you can hear from the rustle of fabric of "shut up."
This is telepathy. We're shut.
And this is telepathy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
We're
have the
good.
telepathy group chat, which is what we call it, which is Sharpay's whisper bow, which allows anyone to
Yeah.
telepathically communicate in like
Yeah.
a contained bubble.
It's all good.
Yeah, okay. That's convenient.
We're keeping it
Oh,
low.
Yes, I mean, well, we are invisible.
Yes, and yeah.
Okay.
Just, push comes to shove, my feet do look like dragon feet.
True point. That
That's
actually
what
might
it
come in
is.
handy here.
Yes. Well, how do you think you work around dragons? You have to look like a dragon.
Yeah. Guess that works. Kind of like spying.
Thinking about
Yes,
that.
it is like, you know, Praveen, you said your name was. I think you would make a great dragon researcher. Have you ever thought about that as a career option? A lot of dragon researchers have to be sneaky, have to be observant, have to be willing to stab things if the problem arises.
We'll see how this mission turns out. Maybe I'll
You
find a
just let
change
me
in
know.
career. She gives a
Maybe so.
smile. You can't see it, but you can feel it.
Oh,
I'm always looking for
cute.
a assistant.
Praveen is nice now. We win these.
She goes
that-
about the assistant aspect, but goes,
Yeah.
we'll see how the
like
mission
assistants
goes.
with like a C, with like a C.
Oh,
like
assistants.
help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then she goes, maybe. All right.
Okay.
What are we
Birthday
coming up
also just
on?
remembered that she can hover, so she's probably, since we were talking about the footsteps, she's just gonna like her eyes just like go up an inch as she's just like very slowly hovering like fucking like elevator.
You see
How does
Praveen's
she know where
eyes
that
like trail up at yours. You say that. She's like,
Yeah.
all of you guys have some shit for this.
I have a lot of items.
It's okay. I only have dragon wings. That I cannot hover. They're too big.
Praveen does not have any telepathy. Welcome back. Well,
Hi.
whee! Yippee! Literally, like, no progress has been made while you've been gone. It's just been
No.
No,
conversation.
we were just fucking talking.
I think it's progress in the way of
We heard a
relationship building.
Yeah, so you guys hear a cough out in the distance in front of you. You are still going down this tunnel, still following the canaries, and now there is a cough, and you guys are approaching.
I am going to, in my hand, AG is going to, wait. Do spells appear? That is
No.
a question.
No,
And
while you're
invisibility.
invisible,
Okay.
as long as you're not holding concentration, which would break invisibility, if it's just like an, if you're preparing to use a spell, then you can just have it and it'll still be invisible.
Yeah, AG is going to prepare just a basic low-level magic missile.
Alright.
In their hand, and I'm preparing it for just the case of like, if this ends up being a threat.
Praveen takes out 2 daggers, flips them, is prepared with them, still invisible.
Oh wait, right. Okay.
Arrows just
you
walks
little,
up to it.
you cat boy. No, come here.
Eros just walks up to the voice, or to the cough.
Yeah.
You just, as like everyone is preparing their weapons in such an invisibility, you hear like the small like shing of blades getting sheathed and like the of a magic missile beginning. Eros, you hear that cough and you just rush forward. You hear like the tiny like clop of your little like shoes against the ground as you head up towards the sound of
He
coughing.
read like a little.
Yeah, just like
He honestly
Um,
probably just like strolls.
yeah, you just stroll over. You're still invisible. You can drop invisibility whenever you want, but what you see as you walk up is an older gentleman, seeming to be in his later 70s. His face is dotted in sunspots and speckles, and he has these fine wrinkles and smile lines that imply that his face sits naturally in a smile. He has like this long platinum beard with long hair tied back in a bow to match. He has these dark sunken eyes and a blush with a very slight shimmering to it. He's in very simple robes. They look very ancient, like pre-Curse War era. His hands are old and soft with long fingernails, and his frame racks with a number of coughs. He's visibly, apparently ill. His veins are silver and pulsing under his thin skin. His face is clammy, and a sheen of sweat kind of passes over him. His body is kind of shaking idly. But as you like walk over in your invisibility, he turns to you with like his kind of like almost glazing over eyes, and he smiles at you because these birds have true sight. He has true sight. And he is going to shakily whistle, like a little like doo, and All three of the canaries bounce over to him and start crawling up his body here and there. And he looks at where you're standing.
Does he look familiar in any way?
Roll history.
Can I roll medicine to see?
Yes, roll medicine.
Oh, that's not a bad history roll. Wow.
I should probably roll
That's
something.
that's a 19.
I want to roll something too.
Wanna
So...
feel important. 19 history.
That's 8.
Put them in chat for me, please, in the rolls channel.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do to find out if he's like,
A threat.
the owner of this place, or if he's just like here because he's being kept here, something like that?
Insight on his
Intention.
intentions. Insight on
Yeah.
intentions. Yeah, just like look at his facial features, see what you can glean.
I fucked
19
it up.
history.
That
Okay,
wasn't much.
8 medicine. For medicine, you have never seen anything like this before. It is just like his veins are slightly like popped out of his skin a little bit. He's clearly ill, but with what? You're unsure if it's a virus, if it's some kind of charm effect, if it's like a poison. But whatever it is, the most you can tell is that it is not giving him positive effects right now for his health. 9 insight. You cannot glean intentions. His face is kind of tired, and with his sickness, his facial expression seems more to be on the I'm conserving my energy, that kind of look of like very tired but like slightly aware. 19 history. You actually do not know of this dragon because this dragon is like very much unknown to history because nothing has been written about
Oh my
them yet.
god.
But
I thought this was a guy.
they have a bit of platinum sheen to their face that may indicate there's something up with them.
They like it
You
just seems
actually,
it's like somebody.
okay, with that 19,
Yeah?
yep, dragon comes to mind because they have those claws.
Yeah.
Their long nails
Uh,
are claws that like human-shaped dragons tend to take on.
It's like somebody just lit a fire under him as he just, or as they just like root through their bag and pull out a potion of vitality. And they like kind of rush forward, like, oh gosh, okay, I don't know if this will work for you, but I have a potion.
Have you like
I
dropped
have-
invisibility at this point?
I mean,
let me actually, I'm
we
gonna.
don't have
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, invisibility is still useful to keep. I'm actually gonna roll concentration because their
Fair.
excitement might break it.
Yeah,
please.
There's like a
yeah,
s-
that's an 8.
that's an 8. The invisibility
drops.
just like drops on all of you the second that you guys see him, and so like Asia, you rush over with the vitality potion. You just pull it out from your bag. Eros, you're also kind of like near this man.
I have healing spells if you need. If you, I think I also have some water. You sound like you have a bit of a dry throat.
It just stops. Does not keep moving.
Do you lean towards apathy or anger more?
Anger.
Regarding apathy.
Keep it for yourself, for now. You may need it more than me in the coming days. Wait until you're in a state where you can help yourself before you help another.
Who are
I can-
you here?
I can get more. I can always get more things, or like they'll replenish. I don't mind extending a bit of stuff because I'm rather, at least I don't know about these guys, but I think I'm rather well off right now.
It's your decision to make. You asked who I was. I am but one of 100 sick old men, living out their final days. Even if you do heal me, it's not like I have a long life to live. You do.
You. What? There's the scales on your face and the claws on your hands. What kind of dragon are you? You are not one I recognize, and I recognize a lot.
At this point, I just consider myself an old dragon. Not ancient,
Ancient?
just old. You may call me Hammond, if you wish.
Hammond.
Hammond.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Praveen?
Eros.
Pleasure.
Pleasure's all
Praveen is
mine.
gonna roll medicine as well. That's silver point. Is it? Or is that... She grabs his arm. That's Iker point. Old curse war poison. Made to
Iker
withstand...
I could point.
Iker point. Made to withstand restoration spells. Everyone in the
But I
curse war had a
promised
tiny
you wouldn't do
vial on them.
anything.
Everyone in the curse war had a tiny vial on them. I had one too. Who the fuck are you? Just a drop is enough to kill a normal humanoid.
This is not a normal humanoid. This is a dragon. He is a dragon. Sorry.
You have correctly identified what I am. Yes, I am an old dragon, as I said. When I urge you to keep the restoration for yourself, it is indeed because, in my state, it's very resistant. I'm fighting off of will, but I appreciate the sentiment.
There's... It's just Iker point poison in your veins, right? Blood?
Yes.
I might be able to do something about that.
Takes your fucking blood.
So, oh boy. Would you be willing to let me try?
Understand that contact with the poison on someone such as yourselves would likely spell your own deaths. Is that something you're willing to risk for an old man past his due date?
We've got to try.
You'll do well here.
Okay. So, hold on. Let me Google greater restoration real quick.
He kind of like slightly leans against the side of the wall and just like closes his eyes and is gonna go like, Eros, the only thing that's been able to cure Iker Point is muscling through it. And even then, that's like, we're talking gods, we're talking celestials, we're talking Solar and Deva.
Gorilla did.
Gorilla? Oh. Right. That god from the Curse
Who's
War.
that?
Yeah.
Who's... I don't know that one.
Nature goddess.
Theoretically,
She's technically my grandma. That's
Uh-huh.
not related. Yeah.
DM
Okay.
question.
That's not
Yeah.
Theoretically,
great.
if I just take out all of his blood and repeatedly cast healing and or spare the dying, would that work?
If you take all his blood, he will straight up die. Like, he will hit 0 hit points. You would need to revivify.
Well, yeah, but that's what the healing spells are for.
Doesn't he
Keep
need
it
the
from going
blood
from the
back?
negatives, you know?
Does healing
That'd be
spells
fresh
generate
blood,
more
yeah?
blood?
Do healing spells generate more blood?
And would that blood not also be poisoned?
That is the thing. It is like, it is a spreading poison, so it does like continue to spread throughout blood. So you would need to like at once remove and replace all of the blood, which would like
First name.
kill him.
I just didn't know because these are the ones that get them. I know.
I mean,
This one is custom.
If you had access to revivify,
Put on
then
this side.
totally.
Sorry.
don't we have a staff that could do that?
Arden has
It
it.
is in shell shock.
Oh,
Call them up. Can you guys airdrop in the staff of Revivify? We gotta do
Literally.
something. But they
Please.
actually, I think they used it in shell shock.
Oh damn.
Yeah, they
I
revived someone.
remember that.
It's a good thing then. Well, Hammond, by any chance, would you want to spend your final days in a place that isn't this?
I stay by my companions, my people. The dragons, I look over them.
what about temporary hit points?
What about temporary hit points? They would go first if you were to drain blood.
Yeah, they go first.
Yeah, but then if
Good old
I cast
fashioned
it
bloodletting.
like halfway, then that would be enough to keep him over. Yes? No? Like it's like killing him without really killing him with temporary hit points.
What's happening?
Wait a second.
I'm
Hold
so
on,
sorry.
I just had
I'm making you
I just
think.
had the
I can
dumbest
just take
idea.
the I can just take the L. This is fine.
Yeah.
You cannot revive a
What?
creature by giving them temporary hit points.
Okay, cool.
Receiving temporary hit
So-
points does not restore you to consciousness or stabilize you. They are just like shields. They absorb damage, but that's about it.
Okay. Gaymer. Why is this website in French? What the hell?
If you
Hammond smiles at you, Eros, and goes, I do sincerely appreciate the concern. It's tell of a good heart.
It would be a lot easier if you don't think we're gonna get leeches at any point in time.
Can't heal everything,
would you want leeches?
unfortunately.
Oh, leeches draw blood easier
Oh,
out.
I know that, but they're creepy.
Yeah,
They
they are. They're not a good thing to keep on you.
No.
Perhaps given the
come on.
time and given more look at the resources around you, perhaps there will be a way. But let it be known at the very least that I am at peace either way.
okay.
Regardless, who did this to you? We know that someone is. They are bonded with the wyvern.
Oh yes.
It's their group. Who did this?
Well, I suppose you're looking for a name, and that much I do not have.
I don't need a name, just a group of people. We are here to get rid of what is making the dragon so angry, so willing to hurt each other.
It is but a mix of things involved in the capturing of the dragons. History repeats itself, as it were. Dragons, to most of the world, are scary. Perhaps the most frightening thing you could encounter out in the wilds. We are strong, that is not out of the question. The Outlands were at peace with dragons for such a long time, but with it being reclaimed by more people who don't know about them, that fear leads to the need, the want to capture. We were trapped by both forces unconcerned with the dragons and forces against the dragons. I myself, the poison, came from a man full of hatred in his heart. Nothing but an undying rage.
Antlers?
You know the one. I can tell by the look in your eyes.
That explains how we got the poison. If y'all had
What
it.
is he talking about?
The guy you just saw that rider kicked off a cliff.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy.
Hmm. For a reason unknown to me, I was too much of a threat. Even though I want nothing more than to stay with my brethren. I am unaffected by what keeps them in rage, but what keeps them in rage is not the same as what keeps me bound to human form. Sick. Tired. Thing keeping them angry. Unsure if it has a name. Just one, that is. I have been calling it the pastor. But from what I can tell, at least, it has many forms. Look in your eyes indicates you've probably met some of those forms yourselves. He slowly
is he
lets out a
talking
breath.
about?
I'm not actually sure.
Is it not the cow carcass?
That is part of the form it takes. I'm shocked you know about it already.
Clairvoyance is one hell of a spell.
Yes. The thing keeping them here is a mark Not on their wrists like a forge mark, but one on their hearts and minds. I've seen many people come to reclaim their dragons on their own, and fall to this influence. It is anger that is in their hearts, but it is also apathy. There is poison on this rock. You're brave to come here, for whatever reason you have come here. I truly hope your hearts are not too swayed, especially because they seem so kind.
Is there anything we can do to be less affected by it?
That all comes down to the individual.
I see.
It is inside of you and your mind how you handle stress, anger, situations of great rage, unfairness.
I see.
Do your flower. So.
Okay.
Ooh, those red ones. Trying to
Do
be.
you have
Those-
anything we can help
Yeah.
with? Just to take on with us.
Anything, pardon, ears. Go out in old age, what did you say?
Oh, do you have anything that you'd like us to do, I guess? Because you've got
Just do your best. With whatever you're here for, you must have come here for a reason. And so, do your best at why you're here. Consider me just an observer. Tired old man sitting at the end of a bar or tavern, just listening to everyone else laugh, watching the bar fight, unable to do much in their state. That's where I am at, but you are younger. I apologize for not having more answers for you all, or not being of any aid.
Oh, nothing to apologize for. It's not
I'm
your
glad.
fault.
I'm glad you teleported near my canaries. I have been seeking people out, hoping that they at least come to me before they enter the pit of worms. I am at least glad that I could give you a warning. What is at stake? Hundreds of angry dragons. They are no longer themselves, they are just their uncontrolled emotion.
I see. Well, I guess we'll do our best.
That's all I can ask for.
all we can do.
Cow is a part of it. Are there any other parts of it that we should be aware of physically?
You have seen the cattle upon the broken throne, is that correct?
Well, Eros did, but yes.
Then you have seen the anger. It is the apathy that you have yet to see.
I see.
He slowly, braces himself against the wall and kind of just, stands up. You are on a path forward. I asked you that question before. Apathy or anger, which one you lean closer towards. This is the beginning of my path, but I can lead you. This is the end of my path, but I can lead you to the beginning of yours. To where to begin, based on your plan.
I think we'd appreciate that.
Yes. The canaries kind of help keep him up as he starts, leaning against the wall and walking forward, coughing every so often, braced against the wall. You guys just follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any conversation? Anything that you guys are doing in the meantime? Anything you want to ask him?
Is he kind of they kind of point at him and they're like, okay, I do not want to bother you with questions, but if we both survive this whole situation, I do want to know what kind of dragon you are. I do research with dragons. I came to the Outlands specifically to look for them, but I've never seen one like you before.
He
It is
gives a very
fascinating that there are still things that I do not know.
soft smile, and is just going to smile and turn around. And Sharpay,
Yeah.
there is a small thing you notice, and it's subtle, but
Yeah.
they have a similar glimmer in their eye to what Nate had when he was casting spells. Nate
Oh.
the Great, who was a guest character in this series a while ago.
He's from another fucking dimension.
But yeah, when he turns around, he kind of smiles at you, Eiji, and just goes, "You're quite the curious mind." Well, if I were to consider myself a type of dragon, I suppose the proper identification for me would be a platinum dragon.
I'm assuming I have never heard of a platinum dragon before.
You have never heard of a platinum dragon before.
Their eyes just light up immensely, like, oh, it's like the copper, the gold, the silver, the higher of the, oh. They're quietly like, oh my days, oh.
I've never been properly documented by a researcher such as yourself, though, so this is clearly speculative of what I would be called in the journals. But platinum, he points at his scales on his kind of like sun-scarred kind of face and just points at them. You know, it fits. I suppose if it means anything to you, I have another name I've gone by in the past that you, a dragon researcher, may be more familiar with.
Maybe. What might that be?
Bahamut. He turns
What
around.
is that?
Something else.
Bahamut.
Does
Can I?
AJ know does AJ know the implications behind that name?
Oh yeah, roll history. All of you guys can roll history on the name Bahamut
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
rolling
want.
that fucking history.
Because Kiki the player knows this.
Man. I also know. I got a 9 though. I got a 2
I got an
plus
18.
7.
History, right?
I got a 19 history and then I got an 18 history. We are gaming.
18 history, and what did Eros get?
Thank you.
Yeah.
14.
I got a
18,
9.
14, 9.
I rolled a 2 plus 7. It's so fucked up.
You know, not well versed in draconic history, Sharpay. You lived in Sunder, but like metallic dragons have been mostly forgotten about there. Dragons in the material plane were not taught about, especially in Albuquerque. So Albuquerque, not Albuquerque.
Yeah, yeah, that's the real one.
Yeah, that's Albuquerque is real. Albuquerque is where you're from. But yeah, no, you have the only dragon of note you may have heard of in your travels at this point is the Colossi of Dragons, Tiamat.
Right.
Eros. You swear somewhere in that mind of yours you've heard that name before. Very specifically, you kind of feel hatred coming from that little dagger of yours towards this name. And that is like, you can look at it for a second, and let's just say it glows with the same fury as it would if it were pointed towards Tiamat. You get the sense this is an old dragon. A very old dragon. Eiji. The Draconic Colossi of Tiamat is well known in history to have been killed. Unjustly. This started the first war between the Dragonborn and the Dwarves. From the ashes of Tiamat, raised one final dragon. One final dragon made from Colosse's clay. The last metallic dragon, meant to protect over the remaining Dragonborn and Dragon spawn, Bahamut rose from those ashes of Tiamat. Tiamat's brother, Bahamut.
The others kind of watch as like AG with like shaking hands lifts up and like flicks off the little mask that would like normally like project sound. And from behind it you hear a really muffled like, oh, it didn't pick up on my mic, but it's like it's, you know,
Yeah.
like oh my.
Does that mean something?
Yo, the draconic colossi. This is Tiamat's brother.
Why are there more than one colossi still alive in the Outlands?
It's not the colossi. It's not the colossi. It was the last dragon made before the Tiamat died. Yes, the last one.
We didn't mention this to you. There's also another colossi running around, Pan. He's just here for some reason.
But this you're. Oh,
Anyway.
oh my days.
He nods and you mention Pan. Poor man. Corrupted. By that son of the gods. Forced to roam the earth hungering like a predator. Instead of a creator.
Yeah.
You're
They're
right
working
in
on
assuming that I am not a colossi. I am the last spawned of a colossi. As they were taken out,
I see.
That was a long time ago. I'm a different dragon now than I was once before, when the world was different. I didn't get to live for long before wars broke out. I was raised a child in the material plane, and by the time I was old enough to truly protect my people, well, that was when the Outlands was formed, and dead zones come for all creatures of all power levels, shapes, sizes.
He's gonna give a glance at Praveen and go, "You sure there's no, like, nothing? Or
What did you say? Sorry, I think your mic slightly cut out.
yeah, I'm sorry. He just said, like, are you sure there's nothing for the poison?
Once again, okay. We were given it, Iker Point, as the last straw. Really the last straw for it. We were supposed to take it, or supposed to give it. We actually had it on hands to give to Genesis, if we ever got close enough. So it was supposed to be the God Killer. So in terms of cures, I mean, wish spell, it multiplies. It's in the blood. It's powerful.
Yeah.
But if you maybe found a way to bring him back a new person, like revitalize him, revivify, it's about the only way people can come back from it. Death and rebirth.
What if we...
It always gets what it wants, though. It always leads to death in the end. It makes it so that beings who typically couldn't die can. Not immediately, but at least in the future. So old folks home here, he is at serious risk. You need to get out of here, dude. Ravine crosses his arms.
Call him old folks home?
She raises her hands in the air and just like, but Hamun actually like laughs at that like very heartily and kind of doubles over and cough.
No.
Well, once again, I am just sticking by my people, doing what they worshipped me to do. Protecting as best as I can.
My offer for water is still open. I know that, like, it's not gonna do anything, but it might make you feel a little better.
He will take some water.
I also have alcohol if you want that instead, but that's a completely different thing too.
Oh no,
Two of you are speeding up the process.
I have had enough liquor in my lifetime. Good vice. Not for me at this age.
I would at the very least like to, not have the dragons be stuck here. So,
Likewise.
Yeah, let's get to it then.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's just, yeah.
Lucky you say that, because consider my age making me good at timing, but we have reached the area where the paths split. When you make a choice of how you want to go about this. I'm supposed to be the protector of the dragons, but I suppose, while I'm not formally requesting you to do it, I am unable to free the dragons on my own. So, if you manage to get them free, you will have my aid. Obviously, not much I can do now, but he nods. You'll at least have my favor. Anger and apathy. I've glanced down these roads, occasionally went to lend a hand, but in my state I struggled to cover ground. Pick your poison. There's a split. One leads down, one leads up. You want to look down them?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Alright. Down. The sound of this poison is quiet, thumping slowly like a rapidly stilling heartbeat. It has old, familiar sounds, like a hurdy-gurdy melody you forgot the sounds of, but remember bitterly, fondly, being there to witness it with a friend that you had a falling out with. Loved the moment, hated it in retrospect. That is the metaphorical feeling this gives in its slight drones and hums. It smells in the air like a sour type of sweat that lives in unwashed bedding, alongside the smell that dogs give when they sleep. That almost comforting sensation, but one you'd only find comfort with because it gives you the guarantee that they're still alive. The walls are gray. Everything down this hall is gray. Everything that enters it loses its color. It's slightly grainy from the dust in the air, with small bouncing white sparks flying from further down the hall. It's just stone down here. Ooh, voice. I want to very quickly change the ambiance. There we go. Perfect. As for the other one, it heads up. You get the sense that this is what leads you to the area you saw before, Eros, based on the placement of it. The sound is angry. Rumbling snarls, gnashing teeth, pinching anger over the top of your brow that makes you want to explode. It's annoying, like someone doing a fidget that is just slightly too loud. There's a crash, a clatter, a discordant wail of draconic roars and primal gnashing. There is no good intent here. There's not even revenge, just baseless simmering. The air has been simmering for too long that it's ungodly hot. It smells like sweat, the kind you get from exercise, from a fight. It's the smell of champagne so rich you couldn't even begin to imagine living in a world where you could drink it. You could just bitterly wish to lick the tongue of those who can. Champagne, sweat, nicotine, and gasoline, that's what it smells like up here. The walls are oversaturated in colors that clash. True red on true lime, on magenta, on cosmic browns. Another jagged rock. It's red, but it's the wrong red. You could have chosen any other red, but it had to be that red. The walls are spiked and crumbling. They have divots here and there with texture of punched-in drywall. Those are the paths laid out before you. One quiet, one loud. Apathy and anger, as Bahamut said.
Should we pick the one that we feel more inclined to, or the other?
I'm inclined towards, well, should we pick the one we're more inclined to, or?
I'm under the assumption that we're going to end up doing both either way.
True.
I suppose, if I am to give some guidance as I used to in my youth, I will say, without one, the other will grow uncontested. It's down to which one you feel you can face now and which one you feel you can face once the dust has settled.
I feel as though anger might be the best one at
Yeah.
this moment.
That's what I was thinking. It'll get us riled up.
I don't This is gonna sound a little childish. I don't like apathy. If that's gonna be the stronger one,
I mean, I feel like
I mean, anger would also lead to us potentially getting our heads ripped off.
BRB, I'll
apathy,
let
we
you
might-
guys just.
apathy, we just might not continue.
I feel like anger, if we do it first, assuming we do get out, if we get out, we'll still have some of that energy to keep us going. Maybe.
Alright.
Should we do it then?
Well, also the same goes for anger in that situation. If we let every bit of anger take hold, then maybe we get too angry to continue. We get so
That's
mad at
true.
each other.
That's true. I guess maybe I'm
Both.
hoping the anger will help us remember what it feels like to
Both are
feel anything.
test
So
to dedication, to how
Yeah.
willing you are to ignore that primal part of yourself.
yeah.
When you
One
say that,
more.
Hammond looks at you and says, "You speak like a dragon."
Why do you think I dress the way I do? The closest someone like me can get becoming a dragon is to look like this. Short of a reincarnation spell, or a wish spell if you're lucky.
He gives like a small smile at this and goes, "Oh, if I were myself." He pats you on the shoulder.
This is
About
it.
how long are we gonna keep running?
Not too long.
Cool. Gotta tell my dad that. Be right back.
Cool. I don't know. This feels like a lose-lose situation, which I get is the point. That's why the dragons can't leave. Just which is the lesser of two evils, and which one is gonna be worse.
I think if we do
Yes.
the anger first, we'll still have it fresh in our minds when we go to the apathy, and maybe that'll help us. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I also, to add as a note, for, if we get a break sometime in between, I do have a spell that lets you take a small little rest in 10 minutes. It's catnap. If I cast catnap on you, you get the effects of a short rest in 10 minutes. So just, yeah.
Real?
I'm just letting you know.
you are full of surprises.
So, well, on a scale of 1 to 20, I'm sure an 18.
Well, that might be helpful. Yeah. Should we go for it?
I say yes.
I'll follow where you go.
Yeah,
Anger?
alright.
Let's go for it.
Let's just try not to lose our heads out there. Mentally,
If this goes
physically.
wrong,
Yeah.
emotionally, everything.
Before they go, Sharpay turns around to Hammond and just kind of like zeroes in on are the thirds still on his shoulder?
Yep.
She just like looks at the thirds for a little while, just like, your thirds are so cute. I'm gonna remember how cute your thirds are.
Oh.
He has like a very like soft smile and chuckles at you as you do this, but kind of coughs and such because the laughter kind of rocks his frame a fair bit. And he is actually just going to like he whistles. I cannot whistle actually. I can't. Yeah, but I actually believe that in this persona yeah, there we go.
I can't whistle either. It's the best I can do.
He whistles, and so there are just 3 right now. So 4 more come bouncing out of his cloak that he kind of just like opens up the side, and like 4 more. So there are 7 of these canaries around him that just kind of like tweet a little bit, and they cover up like his arms and such. And he goes, "They've been keeping me warm, as this poison has made me cold."
That is probably why you have survived so long. Dragons are well, you know this. You are a dragon. Dragons are cold-blooded creatures, so warmth does help.
She remembers the heat lamp that she knows our son is evil, so she's not going to say anything about it.
Give Bahamut the evil
I don't
lamp.
think he wants the
No.
heat lamp. I think that would be bad.
He opens up like part of his like old robes again. He has clothes underneath it. He is not just flashing you all. You do not see his giant 12-inch dragon cock. But he opens up his cloak and all the birds flutter back inside and he covers it up and just like kind of leans against the wall.
Can I do prestidigitation to cast a bit of warming?
Yeah, absolutely. He lets in like a deep breath and an exhale that's just like very... It does feel nice, and he once again nods at you and goes, I would give you one of my blessings if I could right now. You are
Don't worry about
kind."
it.
We'll do our best.
He nods very slowly. If I find a way to be able to help you, I will. If you find your way back to me at any point, I will do what I must with the power that remains in me, to make sure that you remain, at the end of the day, yourselves.
Thank you.
We'll be alright.
It is an
Focus
honor to
on-
have met you.
You as well.
We'll be alright. Focus on yourself before you start worrying about us youngins. We're full of energy.
We are.
Using my own teachings against me, are you? I like
It's a
it.
bard. Wordplay is half of what I do.
He reaches over and pats you on the shoulder with like his old taloned, like coarse, soft hands, and smiles at you. Keep that with you, that kindness, that wordplay, all of you. Keep that energy in your eyes. He points at Eiji. Keep that determination, that leadership quality. You've made your choice, so it seems, so I wish you all luck. Do not underestimate the sway that anger can have over you.
Do our best.
He leans against the wall and he sits down, and the birds kind of like, a few of them pop out of his collar and start like nuzzling against him. And he just kind of like closes his eyes and opens them a couple of times. He's clearly very tired. But yeah. And he starts humming. And he starts kind of like humming along to this small song. That is... You hear like a couple of the words, and it seems to be some kind of like ancient prayer song in Draconic, but the only thing he says in like Common is he mentions the name Torm, which is the name of a god of law and of justice, but it is the one that Nate used to follow.
Oh man.
So yeah, something along the lines of like, by the Torm I give you my strength. Something along that line. That was just off the top of my head. But yeah, and he just sits down and hums to himself very slowly in this kind of like beautiful voice. As you guys have made your decision to go into the anger tunnel.
Sir.
The tunnel of
Into
mauling.
the tunnel.
The tunnel.
So true.
The tunnel of being mauled is all
I
hell.
think
The tunnel
I
of
think
cold.
as like they start heading off, he's gonna pull out his lyre, play a little walking song, and cast a good old counter charm.
Ooh. Very good.
So for all allies that can hear me, it gives you advantage against being frightened or charmed.
Wait, I already have advantage on being charmed.
But now you have
Whoa.
advantage on getting frightened.
I didn't
Double
Do I just get
advantage.
double advantage?
I'm not scared either.
Double the advantage, double the strength, double the power.
Ah.
True.
So, you play this walking song as you guys begin down the tunnel. It is almost able to drown out the sounds as you guys are given this kind of like countering energy that runs through the air. It's kind of like this echoing melody. What are you playing it on?
My lyre.
Do, 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 do. Just kind of strumming as you go along. As you do, that music, unfortunately, begins to get quieter. But it's still there. Enough to get your head grounded. As what truly waits at the end of this tunnel begins to make itself frighteningly and threateningly clear. I'm gonna put on some ambiance. Whee! All right. Hell ambiance. I like that.
Let's go.
I like hell. I like that one. Let's put that one on.
Me going into the nether in Minecraft.
True.
Cries, agony, despair, demons, devils, magma.
There's a cast in here.
Wow.
They got
Do I have a
motherfucking
gas
blazes
sound
up in this
effect?
joint.
Just play the gas sound effect that's in here. But no, it is
Do
just
I have one?
over that like doon 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 doon. It begins to feel horrible. Just that ringing in your head as you guys approach the sound of large taloned draconic feet slamming from above. That kind of rumbling on the top of the tunnels that you were in before is becoming more and more apparent as every few often you feel rocking from above. But whatever is up there, it has its sights set on other things, clearly. Roars of dragons. These ancient cries. They are mad. Enraged. Oh, what else would you expect in a place that's basically just anger incarnate? But as you make your way down this hallway, and both the sounds of Eros' strumming and Hamun's humming grow quiet, as you reach the end of the jagged rocks in those overstimulating colors, you find yourselves in a place that to Eros is very familiar. It is the area, the arena. But you see that outside of the room that you are currently in. You're in the hallway leading into a kind of stone room with like these jagged spiked walls that has like the stone floor that is slightly divoted to look like a bit like cobblestone that you might see not in a farm pasture, but rather in a slaughterhouse that are kind of damp with water that has washed over some blood very clearly. So, this room is before you. You enter. There is a, by the way, there is a gate that is slammed that is separating you guys currently from the arena.
Is there anything actively in there that maybe we should
A
be
fly buzzes
invisible
around
to?
you.
Oh! Bug!
What did you say?
Yeah.
Wait, cow!
Cow, yeah. Is there anything we should maybe be invisible for in there? You think it's worth it?
In this room, you do not see anyone else.
Okay. Yeah, let's just go, I guess.
Zzz. Horsefly. It's massive, bulging, huge. It's just in the room and it's just buzzing around. Zzz. You enter?
Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
You all step foot into the room. And the moment you do, gates slam behind you,
Oh!
blocking off the entrance. They are metal, they are
Now
iron,
going
steel
back.
gates.
Fair
Ravine just
enough.
like whistles in the side of her mouth and just like, okay. What have we gotten ourselves into?
We're committing to it, whatever it is.
The room is uncomfortably cramped, drenched in oversaturated red. The walls are scarred in fire blasts, and the fly lands on Eros, lands on your ear, starts trying to crawl inside. Lightning strikes as if it were a canvas stretched out in flesh. Claws as the bug flies off of your ear and heads towards Ag, in which it tries to crawl inside of your mask. Every single foot against your face is uncomfortable and itchy. Marks scrape across the floor next to the bars leading into the room, and another set of bars in front of you separate you from the zzz. The fly begins to move again, this time landing on Sharpay. It is kind of around the area of your forehead and seems to be like trying to nibble against a little bit of sweat on the top of your forehead. It is an uncomfortable feeling arena. Upon the bars in front of you is something that truly does seal the deal. They mock you. They dare you to put them on. Jagged collars. They look like old wolf collars meant to protect the neck, covered in barbed wire spikes. They all hang on small hooks on the bars heading into the arena. There are enough for all of you to put on, and they are your size. That is the room you are currently in. Zzz, the fly begins to buzz around you, still landing on you every so often, licking the sweat from underneath your armpits and just trying to get into every little spot it can to be annoying.
The collars?
Fly. Praveen just like slaps it. Fucking fly.
Did you get it?
No, it lands
He's just
like
gonna walk.
it lands on your
Yeah?
arm, Sharpay. Zzz.
Yeah, I know you're there.
Zzz.
He's gonna walk over to the collars. He's gonna give him an inquisitive glance, and then they're gonna take one of them, and then the barbed wire inside, they're going to reach in and try and tear it out.
Roll, roll sleight of hand.
Scuffed. It would have been a nat 20, but it was too scuffed for me to accept it.
I'll give it to you. I don't mind.
Nah.
I'm a merciful DM
All
sometimes. Trust me, I can be nice. I can be nice.
All right, game. Yeah, sure.
Don't give me that look. I can be nice.
Yeah.
I'm not playing hell ambiance.
I'm playing opposite of hell. Not heaven, though.
Heaven. Ooh, baby, don't you know it? Ooh,
Yeah, and he just
heaven is
like
a place.
tears the barbed wire off,
Yeah, you
and
grab
then
it and just.
looks at it and is like, "Well, I can put it on now."
You want to secure it?
I mean, listen, Arrow said that they were ripping jugulars out in that bitch. So,
Yeah.
AG is like, "My jugular needs to be protected." So now that it is safe to put on, they clip it around their neck.
You take the
And
heavy
they're
steel
just like,
collar
"Hey."
and
Mm.
you gain
It is kind of
resistance. You
fashionable.
gain resistance to piercing damage.
Ah! I'm a gamer.
So true.
These it's not that bad. You just have to, get the middle bit out.
Fly lands on there zoom, and starts trying to crawl into the area.
Oh,
You go to slap it, roll to hit.
Be careful that the barbed wire is right there, buddy.
kill this mother. I don't care. I want it dead. Kiki wants it dead. He's just having a fun.
Anger right now.
Fly's just having a fun time. What do I add for unarmed strike?
Strength? Strength.
Yes.
Strength.
Yeah.
Strength.
That's
You're the
a
monk.
14.
14
No,
doesn't
I'm not.
hit.
I'm a sorcerer.
Oh, right. I forgot that Lily doesn't exist.
Sorry, I'm a
You-
different purple guy today.
You
Purple guy.
purple guy.
Purple guy.
you like slap that part of your neck from like between your fingers.
Ugh.
All right. There are those jagged collars, or you could look out and see within the arena ahead of you.
Sure, they will take a collar, honestly. Why fucking not? We'll play your game.
Take
follow along with
wire
AG?
off.
You want to take the wire off the inside?
I mean, yeah, ideally.
Yeah, I'll let you. You can follow AG's like the lead, and you tear off the
Okay.
inner barbed wire, and you secure it on. You have resistance to piercing damage with this on.
Nice. Kind of fashionable.
Will that even fit around Eros's fluff?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
it's just fluff.
Didn't they
But will
say it was just fluff?
Yeah, that's true. But will it just look like you're decapitated, like fur collar?
Yeah,
fur?
I wasn't gonna put it
That'll
on
trick 'em.
anyways. A, that's not the aesthetic choice I want to go with, and B, I want you to try to find my jugular in this.
Fair
That's
enough.
true, actually.
Like, I
Like,
wonder
this will
where
stop plenty on its own. I tell you that.
I'm just curious as to where the fur stops and the actual skin begins.
Oh,
Praveen
like
clicks her
he
collar
does
on,
this and
takes
then he
off
does like
the
a little
spikes.
trick that like makes it look like he sticks his entire arm in.
Praveen turns around, she's putting the collar on. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
AJ like fully believes him and walks over and is like, well, how much do you weigh if it's just fluff?
I'm actually surprisingly light.
Alright, well, AJ's just gonna grab him and just.
I'd assume that yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Arrows.
has
Yeah. He has risen.
Long cat.
You. You are,
Yeah, Eros' body like stretches
I
out a
agree.
bit, so it's slightly longer, like once Eros is picked up.
I have more vertebrae than I mean I have the average amount of vertebrae for a top oxy, so I mean
You are set down, and AJ's like, not as many vertebrae as a dragon.
that's fair, but I'm smaller than a dragon. If I was as big as a dragon and I kept my same like bone to body ratio, I'd probably have maybe more.
You know, maybe we should invest next time we're looking into
Yeah.
shrinking and embiggening things like suns. Maybe we should get something to embiggen you. See how many vertebrae you can get.
That
Wouldn't
is
it just
incredibly
increase the
ominous.
size of the vertebrae though, and not make more?
That
Yeah.
It would just change the size
Oh.
of the vertebrae.
never
That's
thought
why I
about it.
said keeping the bone to body ratio.
Oh.
I should say, if wait, what was that? I don't remember. Oh yeah, if you did grow, I doubt that you would change in weight because you are so much fur for
Oh,
one
okay.
little guy. What is the what
You
what
did,
is
you
the
did,
significance of the,
You did this.
I don't. What is the significance of doing this?
I don't know. You just did it. I
Yes,
thought that
you
that you
know.
were implying something.
I don't.
You know,
What? I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. What? No, it's like
Alright,
I'm
let's go.
gesturing at you. Don't.
Sharpay leans over to Praveen for a moment and just like talks out like the corner of her mouth. For the big scary anger room, I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, all things considered,
I
I
gotta
mean,
give
we're keeping our
kudos.
cool.
I just gotta say, kudos to the artist. Like, my God, they did a great job at getting the eliciting feelings that they're going
We
for.
really did.
Hammy,
Yeah.
no. Hammy, no.
Oh no,
So
Kiki, the
frustrating.
curse of you laughing at Hammy every time he shows up. Oh. At this time, as you guys are kind of arguing with one. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Cece. He is ovular. You cannot blame him for this. He was just born this way. Actually, he
fair.
wasn't. You've seen the
Orbular.
pictures of him young. He
I
got
have
progressively
seen
more fucked up as an adult. That's the noise he makes. Anyways, you look out further into the arena. Probably just glancing to the side. Jay the Wizard, he's so cute. Look at him. He is nasty.
Yes.
Yucky.
Yucky.
Ugh. As Eros saw before, there is a slaughtering pit. Bars made of jagged metal, like the collars provided to you, outline this arena. It is massive, about the size of half this entire island itself. It is 100 feet of upturned rubble, mud, sand. Zzz, the fly immediately lands once again on Eros, and this time tries to get underneath that thick fur. And blood covers the arena. It's a dog-fighting pit. If you were to describe it in comparison to something real, unfortunately real, and makes me angry to think about. A flash
I
of
gotta
flames. All right, we're ending up the session anyways, so this is
Okay,
this is
thank you
great
so
timing.
much.
All right, take care. Bye. All right. We're ending with like the finishing closing thing. Anyway, if I can be free from your licking as I change the stream just a bit, Hammy, it's okay. It's gonna be fine. You're okay. You can calm down now. Okay, so, oh, thank God, on the stream he's now blocked by the ride or die thing. Now you can't see his hideous face. I'm just trying to do this outro, and Hammy, you're making it very hard. Anyways, it is basically a dogfighting pit. A flash of flames collide with the spit of thick sanguine acid from a dragon with great frills that are kind of shot out to the side. It snarls as it drives itself forward into a flame-spouting white dragon. It's a small one, a young one, covered in fur that makes it look just like a stuffed animal. Like something out of the Never-Ending Story. It looks like that dog. Dog? Dragon! You're ruining this, Hammy. Your presence.
Nasty.
So in this current encounter between this white dragon and this massive frilled one, the massive teeth of the frilled dragon clamp down around the white dragon's back, right between the wings, and a hideous screech rips out as the frilled dragon, covered in thick scars and wounds, drags the white dragon to the edge of the arena, drags it up the spiked wall, making sure it scrapes against every other barb. The white dragon claws back with everything it has, teeth snarling, wings seizing, but the feral dragon, eyes filled with blood, raises its head and drops the young dragon off the side of the ring. You'd expect in a gauntlet, in an arena of fights, for a cheer to follow a victory. But nothing does. The only witness to the violence on display here comes from you all, and the other glowing eyes from the cages surrounding the pit, raring to go. The only other thing that watches is, as Eros described, there's just a corpse of an old cow, resting on a throne of barbed wire. You've all chosen whether you want to wear a collar or not. A majority of you guys, besides Eros, have clipped them on. The gate begins to open in front of you guys as it rises up slowly with this infuriating nails on a chalkboard screech. Shadows begin to lift off of the other cages. The frilled dragon in front of you, which is still covered in blood, raises its gills out. But in an instant, it is quickly pounced on by a dragon that explodes as quick as a firework towards it and tears out its snout. Firecracker rears his head back and
Oh my bitch.
as the dragon made of scales that look like fireworks shoots out, and their eyes are just thin and narrow and angry. As from the other cages there is these gallivanting noises that just I'm making Hammy shake his head every time I make that noise. Because of the air I blow onto him. As more dragons, one by one, begin to come from their cages. Firecracker is the first on the scene, but following that is another familiar dragon to you, Sharpay. It is a long, slender, once beautiful dragon, now covered in blood and drenched in sweat and anger. It is a musical, melodious-looking dragon with these kind of like music scales running down its back and long wings that are stretched out the sides. Its head arcs upward and curls as if it were a lyre. It is Melody, the dragon that Wilfred White used to ride when he was in the Outlands. And she... From there, from another cage, a bigger shadow casts over those two. It's this loud noise as a webbed foot, a giant
dragon
frog dragon is going to appear from the shadows.
Dragon!
Another cage opens and another dragon appears. This one has no wings. It is more like a behemoth. It crawls on the ground. Its drake form is going to... It looks at Firecracker, tilts its head, and starts pouncing towards Firecracker. And finally, from the last cage, on the ceiling, it kind of pushes itself outwards. It's rather small, this last dragon, but it has this long wingspan of complete shadows, and it lets out a devilish screech. And in an instant around you, it is just uncontrolled fury. It is rage around you, and the cage opens, and as these dragons with their claws extended begin to lurch at one another, roaring at different tones and different intensities, you see one of them catch your eye. Firecracker tilts his head, sees you, Sharpay. The dragon. Sharpay the fly lands on your arm. You feel this unfortunate tickle. You look down at it for a second, as I saw you do.
Yeah.
Firecracker is in front of you when you look up. Firecracker is in front of you as you look up, just right in front of you, and mouth opened as crackling begins to swell on the inside, and you guys begin to hear in the back of your head as, just like out of the corner of your eye, you see a small contortment as the head of the dead cow on the throne lolls to the side. And you guys all hear in your head, fight for your life. Fight for your life. Fight for your life. Fight for your life! We are going to end this session off here.
Can she say one thing really quick before we end? Just kind of over the that going on. It with telepathy to Firecracker. I know obviously this is gonna probably be a problem, and I'll deal with the consequences later. But in telepathy to Firecracker, over just trying to speak over the sound of the fucking cow, whatever. In Draconic, she says, "I'm not your enemy. I'm here to help."
You hear him as he's like charging up this firecracker that is in his mouth, his namesake. You hear, "Fight for my life!" And we are ending the session off here.
Oh,
He is a dragon. I should have made a hammy dragon.
It's not too late for that.
It's not too late to make a hammy dragon.
He could
This
be
is so
the cow.
real. He could be the cow. You look like a cow.
You know how you know how that one movie, the Scooby-Doo 2002 movie, where Scrappy-Doo was controlling the man?
Real.
Scrappy-Doo was controlling the man from inside with like a bunch of like joysticks.
That's exactly what
Oh my
Hammy is
God.
doing. Hammy is cow. All right, let's do some closing remarks. Cece closing remarks.
My fucking dragon, bitch.
I feel
my
so bad that we ended
dragon.
off here because you might have to go by the time next session is around, and I don't know what to do. I'm just hoping we can schedule
I
it in
will
time.
save-
I mean, yeah, I leave on the 8th, so I have
should
until
have
then.
time.
And
We should have
can-
time.
We can keep backing Ride or Dies until
Yeah.
we fix it.
Ride or die
We've
stack.
just built up a whole cache of shell shocked.
Riding or
True.
dieting.
So
All right. Kiki closing remark. Welcome to Ride or Die.
Hi guys, this is so fun. Definitely different from Shell Shock. That is for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's different.
I hope you guys like AG because
I love AG.
they are an interesting character.
Dragon lover
I
gets to
will-
meet Bahamut.
Yeah, I will give like a warning. They're very one-track mind when it comes to dragons. So any emotional attachment that anybody might have with any of these dragons, they're just like, no, we need to save the dragons, idiots.
Yep.
Stop getting
Yeah.
emotional.
Fair enough. That's probably gonna help
Yeah.
us.
That will. All right. And my closing
Yes.
remark is. Witness. Witness him.
He's built like a shorn sheep.
My other closing remark is cow. Smile.
Cow.
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 Cow. I love cow. Moo.
Cow.
All right.
Cow.
Well, thank you guys for watching. This is actually the first session before. This is the final session where I will be 18. As tomorrow I turn 19-year-old. It is my birthday tomorrow. So this is kind of like my pre-birthday bash, and it was a super fun session to end off my 18
birthday
years of
happy.
age with. So yeah, I cannot believe we started this campaign. I was what, 16 or 17? And now I can legally, and tomorrow I can legally drink.
Let's go.
Oh man, but thank you guys. Happy birthday, thank you. Yeah, tomorrow is my birthday officially, so this is like my pre-birthday session, but yeah, this is exactly what I could have asked for like a little birthday surprise, is just playing D&D with my pals. So yeah, I will see you guys next time, and then I believe the session after whatever next session is when I will have perhaps something a little bit different about me that you guys will have to see. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see if we're running Shell Shock or Ride or Die next, because we're trying to squeeze in those CC moments, CC moment pog on God, Vine Boom sound effect.
True.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Hold on, I got it.
Thank you.
Let's go.
This is why Kiki is here now. So yeah, I will see you guys next time with whatever we end up playing, that being Ride or Die or Shell Shock. On Tuesday, of course, I'm going to be in Apex and Aberrations, as always, on Pigeon_Cares channel. That is all for now. Thank you guys for tuning in, and bye!